7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
He has a lot of problems.
Struggle to be top 5 in points at the end of the season.
Wow.
You bleach your hair, you're a sellout.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Moto Aftermath Show. It's episode 292. Want to welcome our members in here. We've already done some testing. Apparently, that sounds okay now. So, hopefully that works out for everybody, and I don't get a bunch of comments that the sound fucking sucks. But
You will.
Bit of a slightly different show. Okay. These two, and I'm gonna make sure I tell Kev this tomorrow when I text him, that you two did not want to have him on the show.
I didn't say that.
This is your guys' fault, by the way.
All right.
No, I said give him a heads up instead of cold calling him, you
I'm going to
dick.
tell him that you two didn't want him on the show and I did, so that's going to be
All
a
right,
thing.
Mr. Awesome.
And so ironically here, Eric is not going to be on the show tonight either. He is throwing a party because he now thinks that Chase is going to win another championship. Basically he is building the tallest building by tearing down all the other buildings, so he's dancing on the grave of Jet because Jet got hurt.
My man.
So
Wow, that's a lot there. So he's not coming on the show.
he's not coming
So
on the
he
show.
doesn't get to talk to Mr. Awesome tonight.
No.
Damn.
I was talking to him earlier. He did make sure to text me last night to
that he
say
did.
that red plate was not going to look good on Jet's bike next week because it wasn't going to be on there.
Well, I mean,
It's going to look weird when there's an 18 back on
I mean,
it.
honestly,
And I said, well, that's fine because I said it was going to be Tampa anyway.
well, it honestly wouldn't have had a red plate on last night anyway, even if he would have won.
Yes. So continue. Let's thank our sponsors.
But anyway, let's thank our sponsors. And we got a new sponsor here, everybody. So we have brought on NANO XTREME. And what we're actually doing here is we're doing a free giveaway to start off this new sponsorship. So here's what you got to do. And I'll put a link in the description down below for everything here. So if you guys want to take up this deal, you can. We are giving away free samples of NANO XTREME pain cream. Okay? Is that what it's called? Is it pain cream? Is that
Pain
what it
relief
says on
cream.
there? Pain relief cream. Okay, close enough. Whatever. Anyway, me and Cole have used this.
Hey.
Cole used it on his elbow.
Well, that, and guess what? I want to point something out to everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's not a coincidence.
Okay.
So, Billy Laninovich made the main last night.
Also using it.
He is 41 years old, and he is now a NANO XTREME athlete as of last week.
Yes.
It's not a coincidence.
Nope. So, but your experience was good with it. You used it on your elbow after you negligently got out of your vehicle in icy conditions and fell.
Paperwork's in the mail.
I used it after I slept on my neck wrong and had a great effing time with it. Actually made me where I could turn my head.
Are you going to use Myrtle's
Old
lawyer?
people problems.
Are you
Old
going to
people
use
problems
Myrtle's
there.
lawyer?
Myrtle's lawyer?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like he has one, I guess.
We'll talk about that too. You have
haven't
not
had a
used
reason-
it yet?
I haven't had a reason to use it.
Cool. And I've talked to a couple other people who use it. They say it works, that it's awesome. So if you guys want to try it out, you're going to email themotoaftermathshow at gmail.com. I'm putting it on the bottom of the screen here right now for you. themotoaftermathshow at gmail.com. You're going to email us your name and address. We're going to pass it along to them. They're going to send you out a free tester bottle of NANO XTREME to try out. So I need everybody to go down there, send us your address, and we will get you guys free NANO XTREME.
And then let us know.
And then let us know what you think. We will read testimonies every single week if we get them. So I actually sent some out to David, who might be watching by now.
So you finally got it out.
I did. I sent it out this week when I was sending out
We
something else.
definitely snail mail there.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Situation's normal. So I sent him some, so we'll see what he says once he tests it out. I didn't realize he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, is he?
Like he got real effed up from those hay bales falling on him. Yeah, back in the day.
Damn.
Because he's going to Indy, so maybe we'll run into him there.
Yeah.
But he was on the Thirsty Thursday live stream. He was talking about how he has to get handicap seats. I'm like, oh, are you in like a actual chair or whatever? He's like, yep, electric scooter or electric whatever. So yeah. So anyway,
if we see him, have to say what's up. And David, if you see me and I'm a little bit in rare form, it's because I'm going on a bachelor party to Indy Supercross.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Did you say rare form? You're talking about like
rare
lit?
form
What
means,
that means is, if I see him, I will go the opposite direction because my child's going with me that
well, no, it
weekend.
means that I'll probably have a little more of a buzz, and I won't be so monotone.
Jesus God. All right. So anyway, so Nano Extreme Pain Relief Cream. Make sure to check it out. All natural. Stuff's awesome. We've become very crunchy since that certain disease that happened a few years ago. And my girlfriend was reading the ingredients the other day going, holy crap, this is incredible. So works great from what we can tell so far. So check it out for yourself. Give us your opinion, and like I said, we'll get you that for free. There's going to be links in the description for all this down below. Now, the show is presented by our friends over at Rev X Products, and you got to try their Max Power 4-stroke engine performance treatment there. Now, that is this specific product, the Max Power, is for single-cylinder 4-stroke engines, as I've been told now. So do not put it in your pickup truck, but it can go in your Grom, your dirt bike, your pitter. All those single cylinder or whatever they're 4 strokes, you can put it in, right? And it helps extend the life of your motor, extend your maintenance intervals if you so wish to do that. So make sure to check them out. There's a link in the description down below, and I want to thank them. They are presenting the show. We got X segment later with them.
Got a couple.
Okay, couple X segments later with them, so that's awesome. Also on board with us, we've got Complete Racing Solutions halftime report coming up. We are going to cover some more of the Lucas Myrtle saga.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to unpack here. We now know some more things.
I've got a pretty good one-liner here.
Super cool that shut off.
Yes, GoPro is gone.
Yes.
So, I've got a pretty good one-liner for when we get to Myrtle here.
Okay.
Or one of his riders.
Okay. Oh boy. Anyway, it's not a big deal. The other one's still going there. Do not trip over that one.
Do what you're doing.
Okay, cool. I'll keep going. So Complete Racing Solutions halftime report. Gutterworks going to be bringing you our 450 race recap. 250 race recap going to be brought to you by our friends at Flo Racing. And Holster Co. Reload rant. I don't know that I really got a rant this week.
I got one. I could probably fish one up.
All right. So those are all the segments coming up. Also, talking about our friend Eric Grandal there, who is usually presented by Alias MX. Me and him have been working on some stuff to do some Alias promotions. I am very excited about this.
Well, now with the snow gone, we don't get to do our idea.
No, yeah, that sucks. But look out for some LE Gear collabs going on here.
Huh?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Pretty excited.
So is this contributing to everyone? Or just you? I might want to test some out.
Who's saying anything about testing?
Oh, you're just getting a whole deal.
Look, man, we'll talk about this after the show.
Mr. Awesome,
We're doing
dude.
dude, I'm over here doing collaborations. You want to know who I haven't hit up for a collaboration? Rusty Nuts.
Why? Does he want one?
What? I don't know if he wants one.
What are you trying to collab on?
Well, he works at Carlton Equipment, doesn't he?
Correct. Yeah.
I have a track.
Well, he listens to the show, I
And
believe.
a lot of time, and I've been meaning to text him. I'm working on a proposal right now.
All right. Well, hey, Rusty Nuts, Dusty Nuts. Sometimes you listen. Text me when you hear this.
Or text me.
So look.
Actually, are
how
you doing sponsorship management now?
I can. Yeah, I can. I can try to figure it out.
This is going to be an all-year deal, though. I can't have you for 2 months out of the year.
Well, I don't have to come on the show to manage things.
This is true.
And we can get some paperwork done so I don't embezzle it out of my Wells Fargo account.
We will talk about that.
All right.
We will talk about that. So,
All right.
Boys, let's get rocking and rolling this. Episode 292, Glendale wrap-up. First Triple Crown of the year. We're going to jump right into our 450 race recap, brought to you by our friends at Gutterworks. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha. Sexton goes 3-3-2 for first.
Dude, he was rolling.
He was rolling, man.
The first one, he was rolling. Second one, what was the second one? A start? Dude, so much happens in Triple Crowns.
I know.
I mean, he got bad starts pretty much all night other than the last one.
Oh, hold on.
Dude,
I got notes.
It was very VRM of him, just to kind of be consistent. What did he say about that last man? He tried to go with Eli.
He wanted to go with Eli, and he just didn't have it. And it was funny too because they brought that up on the broadcast, and of course Ricky sounded like a tartar sometimes. I'm not gonna go full R like Travis does.
Yeah.
He was like,
get a comment on that.
He's like, Chase probably just doesn't need to beat him. Knows. And Chase is basically like, no, I wanted to beat him.
Yeah.
I'm a little pissed I didn't.
Well, that's pretty impressive, and that's
Ricky's very self-conscious about that, by the way.
He's a lot better when he's not, being talked to in his ear, because the one with Jace, talking about the old days, he's fine.
Yeah.
I want to listen to that. Was that pretty good, by the way? Off
real
topic.
good.
Yeah, I mean, he even goes into money, too.
Yeah, it was
I
really
heard
good.
that about the Suzuki contract.
Yeah, his contract.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to go full detail.
I
but
mean,
anyway.
there's another very off topic. Here we go. But We Went Fast is another media outlet out there, kind of a third-party media or whatever you want to call it, a guy that was in the industry back then.
Yeah.
And he did a long-form, oral history on that, where he talked to the agent involved. He tried to get comments from Honda. He got a bunch from Ricky. It's a very good read.
Interesting.
Well, basically, they said, and before we get back on track, that what Ricky said he used to make back in the day, nowadays, with inflation, would equivalent to be like 8.5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
Well,
Just
he
from
is the
Suzuki.
greatest of all time.
I mean, yeah. So, anyways, back to Chase.
Well, speaking of the number 4,
Speaking of the number four. Speaking of the number four.
I mean, in true number 4 fashion, he wasn't the fastest guy last night, and he still won.
Which is not something we usually say about Chase. Chase usually doesn't, when he wins, he wins. He doesn't usually, win by consistency, a lot, especially Triple Crowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bike looks good.
God, the thing looks like glue, bro.
Well, glue, but I still seen a couple things I didn't like. He hung that wheel.
Yeah.
Well, that's more on him, hanging the wheel in that section and going for a ride there. But, man, he doesn't have his whip speed.
No, but I think he looked at the long game and he goes, look, man, I still can have good whip speed. Big, strong kid, can just commit to him. He's like, I need to work on this bike, planting in corners, sticking it wherever I want to. And I have never seen, Chase is, big, thick kid. He likes to man it, not like Eli, because he rides more with the rear compared to Eli. But I have never seen Chase be so animated with the front end going through rhythm sections, slamming in, launching into the pocket, and absorbing all that energy to stay low. I've never, and the old setup, he would have died every time. And that's why I said in the group chat, I'm like, that old bike setup, every one of those mains, he would have died at least 10 times. And he just was full send. Almost he knew that whatever he wanted to do with the bike, it was going to plant and he was going to go.
Yeah, I don't know if this plays a factor in or if they had him testing or not. Maybe you guys would know or have heard it or somebody out there have heard it, but has Muscan been doing any testing or anything like that for them?
No, not in a long time.
He's hurt.
Well, he just kind of rides for fun,
I
too.
see
I
him
think
on
he's
125.
hurt, though. I think DV said he was hurt or something.
Well, he also
maybe.
rides 2-strokes more than anything
Yeah.
these days.
Well, I guess the reason I'm thinking that is because you talk about him kind of slamming into sections and going. Muscan was very good at that.
Oh, yeah.
Very, I guess, mad skill style.
Well, I know what else he was good at slamming into? Eli Tomac.
We're talking about Southwick.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, East Rutherford?
Yeah.
And
East
Southwick?
Yeah.
He slammed him at Southwick?
He got a little aggressive with him. Somebody brought that up in one of the things, too, where you were talking about, Jet or whatever. And it was oh, so you got no problem with, that happening, but, the Marvin and Eli thing. And I'm like, dude.
What, with Jet getting out of control?
I don't remember what it was.
Here?
The whole point of what I took out of that is I laughed because I'm like, dude, that was from 2017. Yeah. How do you remember that conversation?
Man, it's the YouTube comments.
Well,
Bunch
maybe
of
they went
retards
into the
out there.
notebook and got some
he
Marv
just-
settings.
On
out.
the tism.
He just did it.
You think they went into the notebook and got some Marv setting?
Maybe.
Do you feel like they look like they kind of ride similar?
No.
He keeps
not at
talking
all.
about
As far as the bike sticking.
He
stuff
keeps
like
talking
that?
about
Oh, yeah.
changing
That
bars
part.
and seat and stuff and changing the rider triangle to make him more comfortable because he didn't like the way it was last year.
Well, that's interesting.
He's very big on we changed bars and seat.
Does he have a ribbed seat? I guess I don't pay attention enough to the
He
seat
has
shit.
it, and it's cut really weird too. People are making fun of it. I haven't really paid that close of attention to it, but he's talked about that a lot this year. Of they've changed the rider triangle for him so
listen
that
a
he
little more.
feels more comfortable.
there's
Because he felt like he was maybe too high on the bike, was what he said last year.
Had to.
Because of the way the seat sat.
dude, there's a lot of things. People don't think about that.
you don't think about
Seats
that
are
much.
seats with F1 cars, not to the
Yeah.
extent, but you can do a lot of shit. You can do with
And
the
he-
foam. You can do with the actual cover. You can do with the actual mold, the brackets on it to
Well,
the
and
subframe.
he said they did so much that he was at one point my dad was putting a seat on that I think Jade had made the night before or something, and he was literally this better be the last fucking one because I'm tired of changing your seat.
Well, I get.
That sounds like a dad thing.
Yeah.
You could. It'd be really easy. You could just look at it, and you could look at him in neutral position, and you could see where his knees are at, and you could tell if there's a difference there.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense too. That's probably on the back burner for a lot of riders. Is really
You wouldn't
figuring
think
out
about
the
that.
triangle. So last year, obviously, they were probably just suspension, not even thinking about the triangle part. That kind of makes sense with your boy Jet too, with the handlebar change last week.
And the insane amount of how far he runs his clutch lever in and front brake lever in. leverage thing, though.
We'll get to Jet.
Yeah, that's a lot of interesting stuff you don't really think about.
It's the shit I like looking at, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But no, great win for
got the
Sexton.
red plate now.
Got the red plate
Red
back.
plate. KTM's just stroking checks.
Going back to Florida.
So I'm going to ask this, and don't jump down my fucking throat here. Okay.
Well, my name's not Jet.
Wow.
So we've talked about this.
Good lord.
We've talked about this in prior years in championships with Chase. If he wins this one, if Jet's hurt now, is it asterisks?
no,
Jet's
because
out?
it's so early in the season.
Okay.
No,
All right.
because we have Eli
I'm
Tomac
just
and
asking
Cooper.
a question. I don't have a conviction for it. Okay. I
Well-
think Tomac's on. I think Kenny's on. I think there's plenty of other guys
Coop-
that are that
Coop's
good.
now coming into
Coop's
form.
coming
We
into
still have
form.
4 more guys that won titles before.
So I don't have a big conviction, but I'm just saying it is the defending champ. He did win a race. There was obviously progression coming in here.
and he's not even out for sure yet.
Yeah, and that's not even
As we
knowing.
film this.
Somebody this morning, and here we go back to your favorite word, these fucking retards on the internet.
Why you gotta
Are
drop
fucking-
that?
What the fuck?
Quit dropping that.
Our fucking some dude's telling me in the comments that he already had an MRI. We
Yeah, I
just
saw
don't know.
that. No.
And I'm like,
No.
what?
No.
Okay, show me your source.
Hey.
Source your
He
material.
wasn't getting an MRI at 11:30 in fucking Glendale.
No.
Can we lose the R and call them weenies? The weenies on the
The
internet?
wieners?
I could go to a different word. That's gonna be worse.
I don't do I want to go down this road?
No,
with
you
it?
don't.
No, you
Stop.
don't.
All right.
Don't go
Just
down this
stop.
road with
Just
him.
let me use the word.
Anyway,
it's
no,
fine.
I mean, I don't think so because we're so early into the season. If this would have been like an Eli situation, I could give it to you on that one. But also, too, and we've also been over this with the Eli thing. People want to go, well, Eli wanted the champion. Yep, you're damn right. But guess what? Eli didn't because he couldn't make it through the whole season.
Yeah.
It's not Chase's fault that Eli's body gave out on him.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
that
it's a
there's
good
a lot
question to
of
ask.
there are a lot of people out there that look at the titles he's won. You look at last year in outdoors. Okay, everybody. Jet was the fucking
with you. Yeah,
man
everybody was
until he
out.
got hurt, and then he was out. And Eli was out. Whatever. You look at the Supercross. Yeah, why'd he win that? Essentially, it was because Tomac got hurt because there was very little chance that he was going to beat Tomac straight up those last 3 races.
if you want to go back even further, we can go into 250 titles.
You can go to
and
one.
Fortner.
Yeah, I mean, you go to one in 2020.
The other
because
one he did
Fortner-
win
Yeah.
fair and square, but the Fortner one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I mean, it's-
understand. I'm just saying. Like I said, I don't really have a strong, even as a Jet guy, I don't have a strong conviction on it at this point because it's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, there's still these other guys. Like Tomac's fucking ripping at this point.
I
Tomac
mean,
is absolutely ripping.
We can honestly go through history, and we could, if we really wanted to dive deep into a lot. Well, maybe other than most of Ricky's championships, we could be like, yeah, that guy only won because of this or this, and
Yeah.
this. It's like it's a never-ending game. It's a good hypothetical game to play.
Yeah.
At the back end of it. But like also too, it's not on them for you guys to stay healthy.
No.
It's he stayed healthy and you didn't. That's not his fault.
Yeah.
That's part of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
dude
part
can
of
hit
it.
the ground too.
It's the same thing that like when people talk about, well, if somebody would have got a start or somebody got a start. I'm sorry, is the start technique not on that guy? We got to stop doing that.
That's an
That's-
aspect in our sport. You
Yeah,
gotta be
part
in
of
it.
it.
and that's something I've been arguing with people about Deegan here for the last week.
and we'll
Well,
get into
look
it.
what happened when he finally got a start. Okay, cool, but that's part of it. And sorry, he hasn't been able to fucking do that all
It's
year.
like the same thing. Like if you want to talk about Formula One, well, if they would have qualified better, well, they didn't qualify better, so that's why they were dead ass last on the grid.
Yep,
not
100%.
So yeah,
100%.
no.
So-
Chase rode good, and honestly, it's cool to see him win a race like this where he didn't like he had to prove he had to be consistent. Because there's still a lot of things that people are like, oh, could Chase do this, this, and this?
Yeah.
And he just won it by being consistent, which is something we don't really talk about with Chase when it comes to this kind of stuff.
BRM.
Vet rider
I mean,
mentality.
honestly,
that
dude, he's
rider
kind of
mentality right there.
getting to that point. He's already been fucking
getting
for
that
a
age,
long
dude.
time, bro.
Getting that age.
So Webb's not good at Glendale and goes 153
And he's
per
pissed
second.
when people say he's not.
Hey,
Well,
guess
that's
what?
because he got asked
Hey,
67 times.
He took that shit personally.
He
You know what I really
took
like?
that shit
called
personally.
out Ricky.
So I watched Race Day Live, and Ricky was like, "Yeah, wild card, 8th place," and I don't know if he was actually
Yeah.
meant it
Yeah, I
or
saw
was
that
doing
too.
it
I
just
heard
to
that.
fire him up, but it fired him up enough.
Yeah,
If that's what he used,
he rode good last night.
And guess what? We're going to Tampa, where there's going to be a lot of ruts. So
he,
we'll see,
he
bro.
feeds off people.
And it's going to
doubting
be
him.
hot
Yeah.
there this weekend. I mean, it's always hot in Florida, but it's going to be hot this weekend.
Yeah, he feeds off that doubt, and a lot of people are doubting Coop after last week. So
Yep.
Oh, he's in it, bro. That race last night, I understand he only got second. He's already back in it.
Interesting.
that first ride was impressive. Jet didn't. I thought he was going to mow him down.
I'll be honest, I thought the same thing. When
I
Jet
did-
closed on him, I thought, I'm
I
like,
did
well,
too, but then watching that, okay, here's what I realized with that track. That track was awesome, but again, was not a great racetrack because everything was just as wide open as you could possibly go. So there really wasn't, like, nobody was jumping necessarily a whole bunch of different stuff, right? Yeah, you had that big hit that you could
that's why
either go
Jet lost,
over.
I feel. He missed that a couple laps.
But there was places to make passes, though. There was a lot of people that made a lot of passes.
Yeah, there was, but the other problem that you run into with that, right, because that track was so big and so wide open, was that, so because people in the comments today of the reaction show were like, plenty of places to make passes, bull turns, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, yes, but if you go into that bull turn to make a pass, you make contact, and you can't get out of there, there's 2 guys or 3 guys behind you that are right there, and because you're now not moving, they're moving, they're going to pass both of you. So you had to be super duper calculated to do it. I don't know, man. Like, again, Coop rode awesome, everything to him there. I just don't know that there was necessarily great places to make moves if you were anywhere close to somebody behind you.
But I also believe if Jet was close enough, he could have made a pass if he wanted to.
I mean, he kept closing up.
But then Coop pulled it back out, though.
He did, and I think a lot of it is, again, you got to do all the doubles. So
lap after lap king, man. I stand by my comments in the group chat. Lap after lap king.
Yeah.
Like, that's who Coop is. Just lap after lap, man.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Little Chad Reed-esque in that sense.
Yeah. I told you guys, don't count him out. Last week, I was a little worried, but he's back.
I was too.
He's back.
Yeah.
Which is crazy,
okay.
but that's like, that's just Coop, dude.
He said it with that little fucking...
shit-eating grin.
Yeah, that little shit-eating grin, like we're getting ready to go back east.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I love that he pointed that out there. He's like, "Hey, man, like I don't really like this. Like we're going back east."
Anybody find it ironic that Tomac is no longer working with Gilly and Coop is?
That is a little weird.
Coop still is. Mm-hmm. Why? I wonder why.
Like, Gilly still works for the team, and Tomac's just not working with him anymore.
I wonder why. That's interesting.
I don't know. It's super weird to me.
That is weird.
Super duper weird.
But anyway, yeah, Cooper Webb, dude.
Yep, Cooper Webb, second place.
You'll like this. What'd you think of when you saw his gear?
I thought it was cool. I
thought a Yamaha Troy.
Yeah. That doesn't go front of mind to me because it's been so long since we've seen
I'm
Ben
thinking
and YOT.
Jason Lawrence 08.
Dude, honestly, man, and I like Fly. I don't know any of the people there anymore because it's been such a long time. But like anything that like Coop, every kit he's had so far through 4 rounds, I like it.
Well, you know why? Is because he has input on the gear he's wearing, which I really liked about Chad Reed and Shift. Like they really have their hands in on what they're wearing.
I honestly think when you're that big, when you're at that level, no matter what company you ride for, you should have a say in everything because it's like you're paying a pretty penny for me.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you not let me have creative control?
It's like Jason Anderson's got a couple one-off kind of kits.
They should, man. Like
I think that's badass.
That's no offense to like the guys that are getting like 5th and 6th or whatever, but like you're paying all this fucking money for this guy. Why not let him have creative control?
You know, part of the problem is, and you probably know this, I'm not sure if you know this as much, is that the OEMs have input into what they're supposed to wear too, right?
Sometimes. Well, we know this because when you were doing wheelies on your street bike, Chad Reed was only allowed to wear blue and white, and he caused a fucking...
Well, and from what I understand and listened to stuff with Jason Thomas talking recently, is that a lot of the OEMs, like at A1, right, they want them in gear that matches the color of the bike or whatever.
Interesting. Where was this at?
I don't remember what he was talking, but somebody was talking about Coop's gear, right? And
Is this on Pulp?
Yeah, it was something with Pulp because it's Jason Thomas. But anyway, which again, too, I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's get out of our old school fucking mindset here, OEM.
Most these guys run whatever
no
they
one
want.
fucking cares. Make it as bright as possible so that they see your fucking guy, or as wild or whatever. You know, make it different so that people look at it.
You know what's wild to me about that though? That shit is that was only such a small portion in history. That was like through the 2000s, early 2010s. You go back to the 90s. Wasn't like that.
Yeah.
That's what's wild to me is like we talk about like the like what you just said about the old school mentality, but it's like we only had this for such a long time. You go back to the 90s.
Cow gear and zebra gear.
Yeah, those guys did whatever the fuck they want,
like
dude. Look at fucking anything like Denny Stevenson or like especially Jeff Matasevich wore back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But good on Coop, man. Like
one other fun fact about Coop that I heard him talking about in press day, he was on new settings for the first time since round 6 of last year.
Hey, another interesting thing with him that he's talking about. They're asking him because he's had a lot of time off. He's like, I don't want to go any details because I don't want to lose any money. You been hearing that?
I didn't hear that, but that's...
Wow, it sounds like KTM.
So he's saying something like that leads me to believe some kind of part maybe broke and put him on the ground.
That could be.
We're talking about dating back to, preseason?
Preseason, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess he made some kind of, and again, here we are, B-class bench racers. Sorry, assholes, we're not real media.
We are not.
By the way, yeah, people are like, you guys think you're a real podcast and make a living off
I
this?
thought I called you guys like privateers that suck.
I'm going on a mini rant real quick.
That was awesome, though. I laughed at that one.
Holster Co. Reload rant. Go ahead.
Newsflash, assholes, we have full-time jobs.
We don't make any money.
We don't make any money doing this.
Yeah, we're just
God.
like, we watch the race and we listen to the same shit you listen to,
And you listen
we
to
talk
us.
about it.
And you listen to us talk about it.
Yeah.
My girlfriend tells me all the time, it's a fucking hobby you're doing. Yes, it is, dear.
So, anyway, it's been going around where he's been saying something like that.
Interesting.
And I believe maybe it was in the podcast or some kind of post-race interview. And, kind of like that Chad Reed shit where you throw a low-key jab out there and people talk about it. So, yeah, I think that something broke. Maybe a chain, something.
Who knows? Interesting.
Oh yeah,
But shit does happen.
Let's not get into
It's motorsports after all. Shit happens.
Let's not
Things
get in.
break.
Let's not get onto the rumors about bikes and shit.
All right. Anyway,
Rider D rumors
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Moving on. Ken Roxon running that red plate goes 415 for 3.
Justin,
What's up?
you want another plate of crow? Because I think I'm gonna order one up.
Oh, dude, I said, man, remember, I acknowledged it, bro. I was wrong on Kenny. I mean, I just said this when we were watching the highlights again. He looked like early Honda days Kenny last night, man. Like,
Dude, smooth. Like in qualifying, when I saw he was up front qualifying, I was like, oh, it's on, because he doesn't qualify well
no.
unless the bike's actually working. And dude, he did that heater, and I'm like, dude, this ain't going to the top. This ain't doing nothing. And just so smooth, just not very animated.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, he looks so slow. Second fastest. I'm like, what is going on? And then I'm like, you know what else would be cool? These guys are dick measuring. How about Super Pole?
Oh, I mean, we've all talked about Super
You want to know
Bowl.
what really makes my fucking dick hard? Super Pole.
Jet Super Pole.
Yeah, but
Doing Super Pole.
Oh yeah.
no, I don't know, man. I don't know if that'd be good. That might go the other way for
You
Jet.
want some Jet Super Pole?
Huh?
You want some Jet Super Bowl?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Make my dick
Jet's
real hard.
pole.
Oh, Jesus. Shout out to all the members that are watching right now. David, Jeffrey, Ralph, I see all you guys in there. What up, everybody? Thank you all as members for tuning in. And if you guys want to watch the show be recorded live, make sure to jump in. B-Class Bench Racers there.
What's chat got going
For
on?
the members. They're talking about how they don't think Deegan's going to win the title.
Wow, all of a sudden, if we flipped
Sexton,
like all...
And Sexton is also not going to win the
If we
title.
just
We'll
like-
get into that. We'll get into
But
that.
we'll get into that.
But what
Ken-
up? Hey, by the way, what up, chat?
Kenny?
Kenny rode great, man.
Well, I also think it's crazy, too, that he hucked that on-off before the whoops, just like, right in the middle of the second main or
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah. I didn't see
I'm
anybody-
like, nobody sized that up all day. Now I looked at it and I'm like, dude, that outside is wide enough. You can get the drive to do it, no problem. But I'm like, why is nobody doing this? And then Kenny
Now,
just...
did you watch my live?
No.
For qualifying? Because I said, you know what? I think the race line's going to come around tonight and be the outside there
Wow,
going for.
big Supercross guy.
Because I
Problem is
thought
Eli
that the
used
inside
it.
would get tore up, which
Yeah,
it did.
But then Eli
Well-
started using it, and he needed to get away from it because he wasn't making up any time when he was doing it.
No. Eli needed to go to that line because also what it did is threw a lot more momentum into the whoops. So those guys are throwing a lot more momentum going in, and they're up to speed, and they can set up, 3 to 4 whoops before they get into the corner and kind of pop up and go in.
Yes.
Well, Kenny was going through the whoops at Mach fucking 10, so...
Real good, man.
That fucking hit over the finish, or over the start straight
Big.
there was fucking
That was a sick
huge.
jump, dude.
That was gigantic.
Yeah, I'll be
I was
honest.
so afraid for somebody to hang a wheel, and Kenny did case
yeah.
it once.
When I saw that on the track map, and then when I first saw the first qualifying session, not at one point in my mind did I ever go, that's a line. Somebody's going to huck that.
I didn't think so
But then
either.
Josh Hill and Justin, Josh is like,
Yo,
you can do that.
Yeah, and Justin's like, all right, bro, that's sick. Watch
Yeah,
this.
bro, what did it?
Yeah, dude,
Yo,
that's
watch
sick.
this, cuz.
Yeah, bro. That was so sick, dude.
Yeah, yo, bro.
82
I love Josh Hill, by the way.
82
Love Josh Hill,
feet.
by the way.
Yeah, out of no transition, and the fucking face is like a 2.5 footer.
So I did see that line as far as landing maybe off that big one and going off the last little one in
Yeah.
order, like kind of a
Yeah.
step up.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that would develop, and then I saw Kenny do that, and I'm like, what in the fuck?
Dude, blew my wig back.
I mean, that was a while. I mean, dude, it's been a while since they fucking blew my wing back. It's been a while since we've had a line like that where even like you look at it and go, man, that's a big huck even on a 450.
Well, that quad coming out of that first rhythm there too, into the going before they went into the sand was big too.
Yeah, but jumps like that don't really have a lot of consequences for those guys because all they got to do is hit them wide open, and then there was just nothing but flat ground after.
This is what I was talking about though. With this is like, dude, like the track was just so wide open.
Yeah,
because that's what it was. So, all right, Tomac goes 641.
Holy fuck,
dude! Can we? All right, so I put it in the group chat, but can we talk about middle way through that second main? They're just motoring out front. You got Kenny,
Chase is reeling everybody back in,
reeling them in, and. Dude, last time they were on Tomac, he was in like 6th or 7th. And they fucking flipped the camera around. And Tomac is like skid plate to the sky, scrubbing the finish line right on Chase's ass. And I was like, where the fuck did he come from?
When he comes out of the sand, because I wasn't really like, I was more locked in on Kenny. So I was like kind of watching Chase with my peripherals. So I didn't see like Eli being that close. And then he comes out of the sand section right before the wall. And all of a sudden he's right on Chase. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, where did this guy come
where did he come from?
Yeah.
Dude, no. When you said that, I was like, yeah, I said the same thing. I'm just like, dude, what the hell? He was like 8 seconds back 30 minutes or 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, living room.
I'm like, where did he pass everybody else at?
In half a lap, he just made up 30 seconds.
Maybe on the start straight, instead of jumping that jump all the way across,
he just cut
hit
the
a
track
left and went around.
He's like, yo, boop.
Watch this. Whoop. All right.
But
dude, oh my God, like that was living rooms nationwide were like, whoa, what the fuck?
Where did he come from?
Same reaction everywhere.
But he did a little, unfortunately, though, when he closed up on Chase, and I said this in the group chat as well, when Chase picked the pace back up, and Eli has always had a tendency of over this of time, especially back in the Alito Mac days, when he, he's motoring and he's going a second and a half faster, every time, though, he rolls up on somebody and they up their pace, because obviously they have a little more in the tank. Because
he just freaks him out.
Yeah, and I think mentally he gets a little bit drained because he's like, dude, I just fucking passed all these people. I'm going a second and a half faster. Now this dude's up in my pace. And I think, honestly, in my opinion, what it is he's so locked into his lines that he's like, well, they're running the same pace as me. I haven't run a different line, because we all know Eli has a problem getting locked into lines for way too long. He's like, what do I do? And I think I think that's where his arm pump issues come from the past, because he just, I think he spazzes. Because every time, when he did lock in on Chase.
Man, it's when they miss the setup.
Well, no, I think it's also, I think the nail in the coffin in that main was him and Sexton almost getting together in that rhythm section. Like, that was close.
Oh, my butthole puckered a little bit.
Yeah, that was almost really, really bad. And I think Tomac was just like, you know what? Wiped his hands. I caught the back of him. I'm over it. We got another main to go. I'm going to go out and win that one. Motherfucker went out.
Dude, his sector times had to have been insane, though, in the middle of that main.
Yeah. Dude.
Did you know there's an app now that you can download for the times and stuff?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I have not.
Probably the same site I printed these off of.
Sweet.
Probably.
So is this the same group of people that forgot to tell everybody it's SMX next?
We're just gonna move on. All right, look, we're just gonna move on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on you.
I'm just saying, I didn't know there was an app until.
Oh yeah, well we also didn't know it was SMX next.
I was doing the Thursday live, and I was like, literally buying my Detroit tickets, and I was like, there's an app for lap times.
Weird.
Supercrosslive.com.
Because they forgot to tell everybody that the regular AMA website didn't work anymore after A1.
MX Sports has one.
Yeah,
too. You can download an app for outdoor.
People went to look at live timing during qualifying, and then it just showed all the archive from 20.
See, I didn't know AMA was fully taking theirs down. I knew that Feld had developed, or Supercross whatever had developed one.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about it, but I didn't know.
What I'm saying
I don't look at the lap times during the race and stuff like that.
Well, I don't look at it during qualifying. What I'm saying is they also forgot to tell everybody that website no longer worked.
Oh.
And everybody's like...
it's from 1993 anyway, so...
Oh, no, it's older than that.
So it doesn't really matter. It's fine. All right, Hunter Lawrence goes 5.94 for 5th.
Just kind of there,
dude,
man.
He's just a 5th place guy.
He's just a fifth. This is who he is.
This is who he is.
Yeah, you better get that Little Caesar sponsorship for Hot and Ready 5.55.
5 for 5.
Yeah.
Has he got anything better in him? Because I don't think he does. I'll be honest, man. Because he's had a few different shots that cracks at it.
Right now, no. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he was up front last night and had a crack at it and just fell.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he's had a couple cracks at it in the heat races to run those guys' pace. And I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and credit. He's been up there a few different times, but it's only been a lap here, a lap there. And it's not going to get any better going to the East Coast, because I still fully believe, we talk about.
You don't think he's a West Coast guy, or you don't think Hunter Lawrence will excel a little more on the East Coast?
I think he's an East Coast guy. I think that Coop's now rounding into form. I still don't think we've seen even the best version of Kenny yet. And Chase and Eli, he's just not on their level. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, hopefully I'm proved wrong. But looking at through 4 rounds, and if you want to take A1 out of it, cool, that's fine. I'm not going to judge anybody on that one. But through the other 3, like, he's rode good.
Now you're not going to judge anybody on A1, but when we were doing the A1 show, you sure as
Why?
fuck wanted
I
to
didn't
judge
even bring him.
people.
I didn't even bring him up, and he's got to get salty. Can you pull the tampon out of your ass?
If I pull it out of my ass, I'm going to stick it right in your fucking mouth.
That's gross.
That's where the shit's coming
That's
out
gross,
of.
Mr. Awesome.
That's where the shit's coming
Yeah,
out of.
Mr. Awesome.
Jesus Christ.
We got it.
Fucking Jet lost the title at A1.
I mean,
Alright,
he might have
well,
lost it
whatever.
last night.
So who are we done with Hunter Lawrence? Because I don't really have much to say
Yeah,
about him, other
no.
than he drives a Porsche GT3, and that's sick.
Oh, well, we definitely know the guy that he wants to talk about next, though. Gonna glaze the fuck out of this guy.
Here comes
Yeah,
the
bro,
glazer.
that was dope.
Dude, come on, dude,
Justin
that-
Hill,
Tampa
8-10-7
Hill, dude.
for 6.
Look.
He was.
You know, I've been kind of.
Son of a gun's trying to come back on Eli, and I'm just like, where is
I'm
this?
like, yo,
coming
what are you
from?
doing?
He fucking
I
passed
know,
Eli back. Eli
I
was
know.
probably like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, when he passed him in that rhythm section, and fucking Hill was just like, no, bro, I'm going to go to the outside. I'm like, what are you doing?
And then he was.
He's like, yo, 2017.
But what else did he do? He's right on Kenny's ass too.
Dude, I don't know. It
Just
was
got right on Kenny's fender and stayed with him.
every time they showed him, he's like Dyson with somebody
Impressive.
fast. So I'm just
Yo,
like,
Mount
where-
Rushmore, hold my beer.
Where did this come from?
Dude, Officer Hill is killing it.
Officer Hill.
Fucking
I don't know, man.
Dude, he
That's
should take
just-
that and run with it. Like Officer
Officer
Hill was
Hill.
out there putting motherfuckers in handcuffs.
You know he's going to go to Tampa this
He
weekend and
almost
like
had-
get a podium or
Hey,
something.
making a T-shirt this
Hey,
year.
listen, this is Officer Hill, and he was out there cuffing and stuffing Eli Tomac.
Oh, my
He was trying to
God.
put him in the backseat of the
Yo,
car.
he's going to go
I
to...
just got the title of the video here.
Yo, he's gonna go to he's gonna go to
450
Tampa.
section.
He's gonna go to Tampa this weekend, win the heat race, get 3rd in the main, and be like, "All right, I'm done for the year."
Officer Hill, cuffing and
But
stuffing.
and needs to be just and stuffing, not and stuffing.
Dude, yeah, Officer Hill, man. And I'm down with Officer Hill because he
Just
commented on
cuff and
one of
stuff.
He's commenting on one of my Instagram videos.
Cuffing and stuffing.
Cuffing and stuffing,
Fucking
bro.
2017 West Coast champ.
So
Hold my beer.
was Zach Osborne commenting on one of your videos.
Zach Osborne was in the DM.
Zacho
Zach-
trying to ride at Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Zacho's coming, baby.
maybe.
Oh, that was your original boy.
Let's get him on the show.
That was
That'd be
your
super
original
cool.
guy. Yeah, man, dude. Jet, like
No.
you hear, like Jet comes into play and he just forgets all about his boy from back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
You remember how
He's
much
been
he used to
retired for how many years
Yeah, but you
now?
don't even like to talk about him anymore. It's
What
like
do you mean
forgot
I don't
about
like
him.
to
talk
talk
about McGrath whenever I
Yeah,
can.
but I
What do
talk
you
about
want?
Stu all the
What do you
time.
want to talk about with
Just
him?
quit, dude. I just want to hear you
Just
reminisce.
glazing.
He was my guy back in the day.
See,
Just
Zach
fucking glaze
Osborne. I mean, Zach
Like, dude,
Osborne.
you remember the conversations when you first got on this podcast? And
yeah,
every time
dude,
Zach,
Zach Osborne was the god.
yo, he's the
he was
best.
so good back
He
then.
was so good.
Yeah, but what if he wasn't good enough for you to keep talking about
he
him?
was so
crushed
good.
Sabachi's
COVID
title
year, he was so good.
Look,
Like,
hey, listen, I
2020
did
outdoors?
watch the WW race where he chased down Cincerillo and Sexton the other day. It's on Race X.
Bingo.
I also totally remember having
Welcome to the Gong Show,
the
motherfucker.
2016
'Cause we're cuffing
preview
and
show talking
stuffing
about
here.
that,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
never talked about Zacho one time.
Since, yeah.
We're cuffing and stuffing, baby.
You know what?
You know what you are? You're a fair weather fan, dude.
Oh, okay.
You are
the
a
guy
gla-
retires. I'm a
You
fair
are a
weather
glazer
fan.
to the ultimate extent.
The guy retires. I'm a fair weather
I thought
fan.
talking about
Jesus.
Stu all the time,
He
bro.
does, and then when the icing runs out, he doesn't restock.
Stu is on the Mount Rushmore.
Zacho's on your Mount Rushmore.
No, he's not.
Jet, Zacho, AC.
No. No.
Dude, I bet his Mount Rushmore's so fucking off the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Save it
Jet's
for
number
halftime.
one.
I want to know. Like, get it on
Actually, you
halftime.
know what? Let's bring that up because that
Halftime. I
never
want to
gets-
know who's on your
Put a
Rushmore.
note
That never
there,
gets talked about
halftime,
enough.
And
We do talk about it quite a bit.
Anyway, all right. Let's keep
Hey,
moving
Officer
here.
Hill, baby. That's all I got to
Officer
say.
Hill.
Cuffing and
cuffing and
stuffing.
stuffing.
He should definitely. I
Well-
hope he sees this and he gets a butt patch. That says cuffing and stuffing.
We do get some riders that interact with our account. so.
They do.
And they're like, "Yo, you better fucking shout out."
We got
Yes.
a lot of lovers and haters. 50 Cent.
I think we got more haters than lovers, but it's okay.
Jason Anderson goes 11.68 for 7th.
God, he
Oh,
won't be
man,
seen
here-
for the next 4 rounds. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's longer than that. So what we got?
I don't know. Let's
Tampa,
turn to our Kawasaki
Detroit, Arlington, Daytona,
No, dude.
Indy. All right, so we won't see him show up
maybe
for 5
win.
rounds.
Maybe win Daytona.
I've never said that, and I never will say that.
Look, man, I think
It's not Euro.
Jason Anderson talks about how he wants to, secure a ride for another 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this right here ain't gonna get it done with Kawasaki. I don't think.
No, they're going to put their money in Jorge Prado, who will get you, by the way, at the end.
Whoa.
Don't even
calm
get
down.
me going down this road of how frustrating it
We're
is.
gonna get to this, by the way.
But
Calm
yeah, Jason Anderson, dude, podiums the first round, does this the second one, podiums, and then does this again. Was it all just a start, or he was kind of in the mix in that one and couldn't go with him?
I think all day he just was one of the guys.
Look, I think it really, really, really pains me to say this because I'm a Jason Anderson guy. I like his off the track stuff, just like his style, how he approaches things differently. But if he wants to go another 3 years, I think he needs to look at maybe the Dean Wilson route, get a Firepower Honda, do some overseas shit, and just have less pressure. Not gonna have that corporate OEM pressure. I don't think. As much as he says he can gel with it, I don't think he can. I think that shit really bothers him for the most part.
Could be.
If he can go to like a privateer team, like a Firepower Honda, or dude, imagine Jason Anderson on a Star Yamaha. That'd be kind of tight. But a different program and a change up for him, I think, is what he needs.
Yep.
I think the moment he's done with Cowie, I think he's done.
He's so analytical behind the scenes. He's got it planned out to where if he goes another 3 years, at the end of that third year, that's when his daughter will start school.
Yeah.
So then
which is what he's really going for, from what I understand.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, super cool that he's thinking about his family and his future.
He's like
that, you know
2
what
more
I mean?
years on his contract? Year?
No,
Last year,
this
this
is
is the year.
last year.
Oh.
He's contract year too.
Well, if he
This is a
doesn't get-
big contract year for a lot
If
of
he doesn't
dudes.
if he doesn't get re-signed, I think he's done.
I think
If he doesn't,
he'll get a
I
contract
think he finds
somewhere.
something
from
to
who?
work.
If Cowie doesn't re-sign him, who's going to sign him?
Like a Firepower,
yeah,
or
club,
let him
something
go
like
do
that.
off-season races. Make
I
money.
don't think Yariv has that kind of money anymore. With how much money
But
he's
this is
been
where
spending.
Jason Anderson's going to have to look at his shit and take a pay cut,
Or
bet on
he's
himself
gonna
like
have to,
Eli.
or he's going to have to bring a huge outside sponsor.
I think he can.
I think he can. I think
too.
that'd be the only way he ends up at a team like Firepower.
He
I
can-
agree with you with all of it. The only way he's going to end up on a team like that where they can afford him if he doesn't take a pay cut is he's going to have to bring somebody with him that's going
He
to pay
can.
for him.
I think Jason Anderson can bring somebody with
Oh,
him.
I do.
Club MX. Club MX.
No.
I think
He
they-
rides there, but like
Maybe. I could see that. I don't know.
I'm good at this shit.
I don't think so.
The sooner you start listening
it just
to me,
depends on,
I don't think
because
so.
he's a West Coast boy, man.
yeah, that's true.
So anyway,
that's true.
I don't know. Very up and down, very questionable.
Still
for
early.
Jason
We'll
Anderson.
see. I mean,
Still early.
we're saying but it's 2 podiums and
I
4
know.
races.
We're shitting on him. He won the Lit Kid Award twice.
But we're going East Coast. We're going East Coast though.
Yep.
And that's my other concerning thing. East Coast typically isn't Jason Anderson's jam. But then I look back at like Oakland when he had that insane battle with with Kenny.
Marvin wasn't. No, I'm thinking of a different year.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of a different
it was
race.
Kenny at Oakland, passed him on the last lap, and that was very ruddy and a shitty ass track.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God we don't go to Oakland anymore.
Oakland's still a city.
that stadium really reminds me of you.
It reminds me of you.
Is Oakland
what
still a
the
city?
fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it's just a shithole.
Is Oakland still a city?
I'm gonna shit in a fucking pillowcase and beat you to death with it.
Wouldn't it be soft as puppy
Then,
poo?
then
That would
maybe
be soft, dude.
Then maybe you can clean it up.
Are
with
you
your
like
fucking
shitting rocks?
Kirby. Some days? Just
Look, my
depends.
Kirby vacuum will
You need
suck
to
that
eat
shit right up.
You need to eat more broccoli.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We're fine now.
Now?
It used to be
Rock
So
hard?
anyway,
For a
that's
while.
Jason Anderson.
bleeding butt.
But let's get
in.
in. Let's get
What, you have
into.
a fucking hematoma on your ass?
Maybe I don't know.
Let's get into the Kirby sucker of the night.
The fuck?
What the fuck's wrong with you? All right,
Dude, you are...
So Jet goes 2.
Bro, sometimes you say shit and
I can't.
I really don't get it. I love you, man.
This show
but
is so
sometimes,
far off
like,
the
you say
fucking
shit and I
rails.
don't. My brain tries to compute it and I don't get it.
No, like a Kirby vacuum, suck stuff off the ground, right?
Yeah.
A rider sucked last night,
Jason Anderson?
so he got the Kirby sucker award.
I cannot wait to hear this fucking logic. Go ahead, please. How is going
Was
to?
he talking about Jet or are you talking about Ando? Who are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Jet just to get him on.
Oh, I was
there.
like, who are you
I got
talking
my
about?
I got my spoon out on
was like,
this.
who are you
thing.
talking about
I
right
am
now?
ready. We still need that prop, a big ass
Look,
spoon.
I was
really-
I'm playing. I
he
just
goes
wanted to get a rise out of you there.
2:21.
Just wanted to get a rise out of you there,
His
Tiger.
fastest 3 laps in qualifying were all fast enough to be fastest qualifier.
I'm honestly
Those-
convinced-
Listen, those fastest 3 laps couldn't go the whole main, and Cooper Webb beat him on a track that he
Oh.
sucked.
I'll be
on.
honest with you.
Here we
I'm
go.
convinced after like that. I'm convinced that because we always talk about like the 250 guys, especially during outdoors, getting all fucking amped up and they're going to the top of the board because they're kids and they're dumb. But like I'm almost convinced now that like I don't even think the qualifying even matters to these guys half the time anymore. Because like when
He really wanted to go 57.
yeah, when you talk about the 3 fastest lap times, and Cole's right, man. Like it didn't, and I'm not taking anything away from Jet last night. Like Jet rode awesome, but that didn't equate to diddly dick squat last night at all. Like those 3 lap times, like who cares?
Yeah.
Everybody talks about like, oh, he was the fastest. He wasn't the fastest. Like he had time to catch Coop and Kenny, and he couldn't do it. So it didn't mean shit. So I'm like, I'm at the point that I like as crazy as qualifying has been through 4 rounds. I really don't think it matters anymore, which is a crazy thing to think about because never in history
Those guys can't sustain that speed for speed.
No, you weren't monotone there, buddy. You weren't monotone there.
So my monotone is catching up with me.
He's going to hit puberty finally.
Judas Priest, not good. I need to start wheeling my street bike.
Fucking all
Grow up a little
testosterone.
bit.
You need to start taking some tests.
Dude, you can't sustain that speed all the way through a race.
No.
Nobody can't do it.
No.
Stu tried to a long time and he died every time.
I do want to glaze him for qualifying though. Flat tracking around that turn before the finish line.
Oh, yeah. That was,
Wow.
fucking
That was
good.
hot.
Although
real
there was
hot.
a couple times though he swept wide and he was just kind of gliding across and he went all the way out to the outside and I just said, "Where are you going, Jet?
I don't know. He made
Fine.
that shit
Where the
fast.
fuck are you going?"
That looked like Kyle Larson in a sprint car. Just,
Yep. Dude, here's what I'll tell you. God, I'm really hoping that knee's not actually fucked up. I'm hoping he did the same thing Kenny did, which is like gave himself a stinger there, freaked out because he hasn't had a knee injury before, and was like, so they moved it all and everything, and Jet said that it didn't feel loose, which coming from a knee injury, I do know when you do tear something, it feels loose. And especially because they guaranteed they got him up to try to walk on it when he got to
Well, he
A
left the stage in crutches.
well, I understand
Yeah.
that. I also left in crutches. Now, I did tear mine in a minor way. I did tear it, but they will do that anyway because you know there's so you hurt it at some point. I mean, I also left on crutches one time with a foot injury from playing hockey, taking a puck to the foot. That there wasn't anything really wrong with it. It was just sore. You know, so we'll see. MRI Monday here is what they're saying, and I guess we'll find out after that. But
I did see something interesting when he was in the Asher truck.
Yeah.
I saw Travis in there rubbing some NANO XTREME on his knee,
Nice
trying
plug.
to make him feel better.
Nice plug.
Look.
I thought you were going to say rubbing something else, but that's cool.
Well, that too.
like I will say, Eric was like, or no, it wasn't even Eric. Sorry, I'm talking shit to the wrong person now.
Wow.
It's fine. Me and Eric are having a battle about this. It's great. Somebody was like, "Oh, he's not going to win that title now. 13 points." And I was like, "Did you watch the first 3 rounds, idiot?" Like, somebody in the comments, I'm like, he literally was 15 down. Justin crucified me saying that he wasn't going to win the title. And 3 rounds later, we're down to 5. And literally would have won last night. I know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I'm just saying, he went 2-2-2, and there was a high probability he was going to be able to get on that podium for the last one and fucking win.
Look,
Everybody else was all over the place,
Yeah.
and he was just right
I mean,
there.
I seen you in there rubbing him down though. I knew you were awfully quiet in that group chat after that happened.
Well, the problem with this is we're not gonna speculate on what he injured because we don't know and we're not
we haven't
doctors.
been-
No.
His knee.
But his knee somewhere. There's a lot of.
I've seen people like Achilles. I was like,
Like
come
what?
on.
Achilles,
Dude,
bro.
somebody told me he did a full meniscus tear and his ACL is torn, and
I'm
I'm
like, where'd you
like,
get that information?
please cite your source.
Patella's fucked. The MCL's gone.
See, they sound just as dumb as us. Like they're uneducated out here speculating, being B-class bench racers.
I mean, it's
And we
as
get
bad
crucified
as,
for
it's
it.
as bad as the guy telling me that he had an MRI and we just don't know the results yet. I'm like, what?
So
At midnight on a fucking...
There needs to be a sarcasm font.
Oh my god, I know.
But without speculating, obviously, but at worst, he's done for the season. At best, he stung it, but still, the problem is that even with stinging it that bad, that bitch is going to be swollen to fuck.
Well,
He's not going to be riding during the week. He's going to lose. He's going to like, and even depending on even if it's not torn, there's a possibility it's bad enough he misses a race. So like either way, there's good and bad to it. Is that if it's bad, it's torn. If it's not, we're losing for the season. But it's also bad in the sense that even if it's not torn, he's going to lose a lot of points no matter what, because it's just not gonna go from, oh, it's not torn but it's still good to go. So that's the shitty thing is that either way, he's gonna end up losing a fuck ton of points.
I don't know. Do you
Well, he's
remember?
13 down now, so that's what I wanted to bring up was if this is going to happen to you, damn good thing it's at a Triple Crown because he still ended up 8th overall. He's 13 down.
Yeah.
And if that thing's good enough and he can have a mediocre, Jet mediocre is better than Hunter, I think, 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
And he can rack off a couple fifths.
Maybe,
and then come down the stretch, start pouring it on.
Maybe,
for a hell
though,
of a series.
Maybe, though, it depends on how bad that knee is, though, because
Just
obviously
depends.
Jet has a very unique style, and
but he rode with that fucked up shoulder this summer and was still fucking winning. And that shoulder's
not as bad as a knee, though, man.
I don't know.
He
Some
doesn't.
guys ride without ACLs
I have
and shit
shoulder
all the
injuries,
time.
bro.
Yeah.
I know about shoulder stuff. It's not as bad as a knee, especially with the way
Should we
he
call
rides.
Jorge Prado and see how bad
Especially
it
with
is?
the way
call
he
AC?
rides. With
Yeah,
the way
should
he
we call
rides.
AC?
Maybe Freddie Noren?
Yeah, were they ever the same?
Freddie Noren got up last night.
Well, he didn't. Dude, he just popped his shit out. He's fine.
I
My
don't know,
point
man.
is that if the knee is still, even if it's not torn, which we all hope it's not, it's going to affect the way he rides the bike a lot.
But let me ask you this. Let's say he's fine. Okay, this is total speculative.
Yeah.
Let's say he's fine. They go in,
We're bench
nothing's
racing.
torn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're real bench racing right now. We go in, nothing's torn. You're clear. He's cleared to race. Okay, fine. Knee's sore, so he takes the whole week off. Comes out next week. It's still sore, but he's riding or whatever. Let's say he gets on the box. Okay, let's just
It's a
say
big
that.
F.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Just going to a ruddy
I'm
fucking
just
Tampa.
saying. Let's say he gets on the box. This is the same thing then that I said during qualifying yesterday when he was literally burning those laps.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's fucked, dude, because like you can't keep him down. Like that's the problem with him, right? These things happen, right? And everybody jumps. Oh, he's fucking. I mean, you did it at A1. You're doing it now, and again, it's justified. Okay, like yes, he fucking suffered a knee injury last night, pulled off, but then like he always manages to somehow bounce back here. And yes, I know he fucked his thumb up this summer or whatever.
I was about to say, he missed outdoors.
Yeah, but he bounced
happen.
right back to SMX and didn't skip a beat.
Yeah, but he bounced right back to SMX. Yeah,
Well,
and
after the
won
fact.
that son of a bitch. And then in outdoors, he fucked his shoulder up that day, and then still continued to win for the next several rounds till he really fucked up his thumb. So like with it
So, two things.
So-
do we feel like the shoulder injury being weak caused the thumb? These things are compounding.
oh, good question. Possibly. Yeah, that's a real
so
possibility.
so that's where I'm going with this. Is like, in all these guys, they got to learn how to manage injury and ride through injury.
Yeah.
It's just part of the sport. Jet hasn't had to do that yet. Mm-hmm. He was trying to do it and ended up getting hurt more, ultimately taking himself out. Does he compound injury? Does he just pull out altogether? Does he man up and go through it Shimoda style?
I don't know.
Those are questions that need to be answered.
Like my thing is, if I'm Lars right now, right, and let's say the knee is again not torn where we got to have surgery or anything, right? It's manageable.
You're lining him up. He's a top 10 guy.
You're lining him up, but you're telling him do not ride during the week. Absolutely, 100%.
Right.
Do not ride during the week for at least the next month, right? Just let the knee heal, and then you have enough talent that one day a week we can put you on the bike. You can go out. You can get. We'll even call it, like you said, top fives, and then in a month we can. If the knee is feeling better, then let's start turning it up.
Turn it up, because I mean, even top three in the points is probably still a nice payday.
You think he's got top 3 bonus in points?
I would, or do you think he's all win bonuses?
I think he's winning championship only bonus. There's no way
you
he's
think
got
so?
podium bonuses. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no way. Not
Well,
with him.
then, if that, I don't know, man. Like,
those are. Let's call Myrtle. He'll probably tell us.
if that's the case, and even if the knee's not torn, but it's bad, I'd honestly sit him. Because he's not going to win the championship where he's going to have to go round after round after round, just managing
we got
things.
Prado and Jet coming into outdoors hurt.
Jesus.
Let's go.
I mean,
I don't see it. I think that he is good enough to get top 5s, but he's not going to be good enough to be injured. I mean, he already got beat by Chase and Jet, or Chase and Eli. He's not going to beat them injured. Like, that's facts. That's not even a speculation. Because he couldn't even beat Coop and Kenny for 2 mains last night.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just there's so many dudes right now that are so good that it's like everybody's all over the place. I mean, look at he went 12-2-1 and was 5 points out of first and second place in the points here. So and I understand now he's like 13 back, and I think he's in like 5th or something.
The points thing is not even. I'm just talking about where we're rounding into form. I think now, though, we are seeing... It's crazy because we talk about how loaded this is shit every year. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's on us that we got to stop... Not just us, like the media. We got to stop doing this. Shocker. we're going into round 5, and who are the 5 guys? 5 guys. Chase, Eli.
At the same time?
Chase,
The guys that got titles.
At the same time, Chase, Eli, Kenny, Coop, Jet.
Officer Hills.
Like that's
Officer
it.
Hills.
Stuffing
and cuffing.
Stuffing and cuffing. But I mean, and that's it. So it's like, okay, so do you see if he has to manage through being good enough going to the East Coast? Is he just going to be would he be just the 5th place guy at all those times?
But here's the thing. I think if he
Like, how far are the points do you get back?
I think if in this, I think if it's not that bad, aka you don't have to have surgery. You race this first. You sit all week, obviously, and just therapy it and whatnot. You get to next week. You ride. You see how it goes. Now, if it's terrible and he's outside the top 5 and like not really being able to manage it, great. Then yeah, okay, cool. Let's just cut our losses here and get ready for outdoors because I'd rather see you win. 24 motos outdoors or whatever. Right?
I'd be scared going into the rounds that we have because you think about the tracks that are upcoming and you think about even if it's not torn, because if it's torn he's getting surgery.
Yeah.
But even if it's something where we got to manage through the pain, you think about the tracks that are coming up. Going to Tampa, soft. Going to Detroit, rut city.
Yep.
Then we're going to Arlington.
I disagree with that. Detroit has been very hard.
The winter's been wet though.
Up and down.
I don't know.
So I think
they went over to Dutch Sport Park and got their
So
dirt.
so whatever. It could go either way.
I think Detroit will be ready this
and then
year.
you go to Arlington, then we go to another Triple Crown, and then we're going to Daytona,
Yep.
and then we're going to Indy, which is
Yeah.
soft. So it's like, dude, even if it's not torn, you look at him and going, man, we're going to some tracks that it's not torn now.
So I give it 0% chance they sit him this week.
If it's not torn,
Yeah. 0.
Did they at least give it a go? Mm-hmm. The first round's always the worst.
I think I don't know.
Because it'll only get, if it's not torn and with
not
him
gonna
not
get
riding,
worse,
it
but it's
will
not
only
gonna
get better.
Look at the Joe Shimoda situation. That
Yeah.
dude should have sat, and he's riding.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm looking at more. Even though he's young and he's never had knee problems, I'm looking at long term, how long he wants to go, and I don't want to be a situation where it's not torn now and then he goes into and he just fucking like you just said, you've had knee surgeries. We all know people that have knee issues.
Yeah.
All it takes is one dab of the foot.
Oh, I understand.
And guess what? Now it is blown out.
I understand.
And then it's like, oh wow, we could have done. And it's kind of what to Cole's point about these guys. We need to have these guys in these kids' corners. Actually looking at for the rider's benefit instead of the team, which is never going to happen.
I understand too that a lot of these guys. So I don't wear a knee brace, right? So when my knee's fucked up, I have an issue because it's fucked up, right? But I know with these guys, it's dude, they crank down them fucking knee braces, and then
Some of these guys don't even run them.
I was gonna say,
You want to talk to Justin Barsha?
and then it's just okay, sweet, we're cool.
I don't want to see
the knee
him.
is then stable because there's so many dudes that talk about I rode forever without a fucking ACL.
But they're those people also later in life. I know a lot of people that rode without ACLs and they're not the same.
I don't know. I feel like Jason Thomas did it, and I feel like he's okay.
He's also 5'0". So he has his
Hymus
knee
did
is
it
his
last
leg.
year. Hymus won some races without one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look how many issues he's had for such a long time at a young
Since
age.
then,
Yeah. So
Yeah, my point. I just don't want to see.
you want to see longevity.
I mean,
out of Jet.
I understand, but I also know the
I
mindset
just-
they're going in with and the mindset he's going in with. He is a fucking 20-something-year-old fucking stud of a rider. If he can go, he's gonna fucking go
I think it's dumb.
until he pulls it.
Well,
Yeah,
these-
or until
these
Honda
kids need to-
literally sits him.
kids need
I
to have
don't
better
see
people in the
I don't
corner.
see Honda sitting him because he is their one chance at getting a title this year.
These kids need to have better people in their corner that care about them.
I don't know. I mean, again, too, knowing what I know now about knees, too, it's dude, if it's torn, but you can manage the pain, and like I said, you can sturdy it up with a knee brace, I don't know why you don't keep riding. I mean,
I don't think it's worth it.
I've dabbed mine over the last few years.
I mean, I see where you guys are both at. I'm with Justin for the sake of longevity.
Yeah.
This kid has a long, great career ahead of him. He's already had a phenomenal one.
Yeah.
We're just not going to see
Most guys would kill for.
Yeah,
But
but he still sat out outdoors. And
But I'm
I
also
wasn't
with
happy
you.
about that.
if they get it done and it's somewhat, it's not torn, it's ready to rock, then you're riding.
100%.
If it's tore, I think I'm with Justin, man. I think I'm with Sid and get it fixed.
I mean, I'm
He-
not
he-
saying
if he-
not saying that that's not the proper move, but
I say
I'm
go to
just
Hand
saying
Tires Doctor and you'll be riding by the end of the season.
you'll be back for outdoors.
Yeah.
I just think also too, and this is the last thing I'll say about Jet, that even if it's not torn and it's hurting, you're not going to see the same Jet on the bike. All the things that he does on that bike, with a bad knee, even if you want to say crank the knee brace down, he's not going to be as flexible and mobile with the way he rides the bike.
It's definitely interesting, too, how it's going to play out just because how does he deal with injuries? Does it change him mentally? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about back-to-back years now.
Yeah, he's been bulletproof until this year.
We talk about, other than that his rookie year getting fucking riding the fucking front wheel all the way into the face of the triple.
Fine.
He's never really been hurt. And now you talk about back-to-back years he gets hurt in two different parts of his body.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I'm not a Jet guy, I don't want to see somebody of his talent and his work ethic, because I watched it with Stu. Being a Stu guy, I watched somebody that came back from injuries too many damn times that was not ready, and look how much it fucked up Stu. And obviously they're two different people. They ride differently. It was a different era. But if you want to talk about Jet accomplishing all these goals to maybe one day we call him the GOAT, you continue to put him on the bike and he's not ready. And I agree. Came back one SMX. Doesn't mean later on in life that shoulder, he bangs it again. It's not going to be worse. What happens if it gets to the point that this is a Stu situation? He's gotten hurt so many times, and then we get to him being 23, 24. Sorry, I can't do this no more.
You can look back to what you're saying about Stu and that kind of era.
Look at RV.
You look at Ricky. Tore his knee, sat the shit out, got it fixed. Villapoto sat that shit out, got it fixed. The proper way, took the proper rehabilitation time. Look what Villapoto went 4 straight after.
You're talking Ricky and Honda days?
And Ricky in the Honda days tore one.
Yeah.
Sat the whole season out.
Yeah, no, he told that story on Gypsy there.
Yeah.
He was going to ride. They went to Castillo to test the 450, and it popped out over a jump.
Again,
and that's when he went, oh, I guess I need to get this fixed now,
so
because
Jet's gonna go over a jump,
then he
pop out,
literally
he's out.
couldn't ride.
Yeah.
But he was trying to ride.
But the point is he got hurt again, though, and then
made
he
it
was like,
worse.
oh.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That's my point. And Stu, man, like we talked about this on the last pod too.
I could go down the list.
And dude, damn shame that guy only had 1 Supercross title. No, 2 Supercross.
2 Supers, only 1 outdoors.
outdoor.
Yep.
That is
Oh my god!
insane to
And
me.
did you see the idiots in the comments come after us? You guys should know this stuff. I don't understand how you don't know this.
Back to my point that we have.
that we don't get paid to do this.
I like how the
etc.
one time you guys talk about Stu titles, I'm not on the show, because I could have been like, dude, I got this for you.
No, me and Eric had it dialed in Mr. Street
I was
Bike.
just looking it up.
Now, if you would ask me,
This was back in Mr. Awesome era. So
if you would ask me Chad Reed, though, I really would have stumbled over the fact. Did he win a
Bingo.
125 title?
Don't worry, they're going to
Chad
call you an
Reed got
idiot.
an
They're
East
going to call
Coast
you an
title.
idiot in the comments
up?
here now.
Chad Reed's got an East Coast title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My point is with Jet is I just don't want to see him get rushed too early, and then we don't
Yeah.
get to see Jet at
I'm
his
with you.
best, because it will happen.
I'm with you, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
How about a TLR tinfoil hat on this topic? Do you want it now or at halftime?
With Jet?
Yeah.
We'll go at halftime.
Let's say you guys
Let's work our way through the rest of these 450s.
Travis is gonna love it.
So AP. Ooh, you're panicking on him.
What the fuck has he done?
Not much.
Exactly.
10.79 for 9th last
Talk
night.
about a dude that held the red plate. I don't care what you say. Oh, it was because of mud race. Still had the red plate. Was battling out front for a momentary time outdoors for the title. We knew he was never going to win the title, but don't tell that to Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm panicking, bro. These 4 rounds have been bad. And last weekend, the situation with him and Dylan. Did we just forget where the brakes were?
I mean, I wouldn't call that really his fault. He was sick the week before, so okay. Yes, A1 didn't go well.
Well,
I'm not
last year,
panicking yet,
I'm
but
panicking.
it ain't good.
I'm panicking.
Well, I look last year. A lot of his success was based on him getting good starts. He hasn't had a good one yet.
And that's why I'm panicking.
Yeah.
In this
What happened?
field right here, the way it currently sits, gotta have a start.
What? That's my point.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
why I'm
I
panicking.
can comment about this field, but we gotta
happened?
get to the guy.
What happened? Like where did it go? Because
know.
outdoors his starts were on point. Where did it go? The
I'm
bike.
I'm not sure, but this is way rougher.
That's why I'm serious. That's why I'm panicking right now.
That fucking camera shut off too. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about you, Cole, but yeah, that's why I'm panicking.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. That's for sure.
Like,
So,
how can, like, I understand it's only through 4 rounds, but once again, we're going East Coast. AP is an East Coast guy. He knows how to ride ruts, but I don't know. I don't see how it's going to get better all of a sudden. There's been no flashes.
I definitely just see him. This is where he's at.
Which is a bummer, because you look at last year, and he maybe, even if you want to say it was fool's gold to think that way of the way last year played out. I don't think that you couldn't tell him that.
Look,
but
I get a lot of heat for this probably too, but I'd sat here right on the preview show and said that last year was going to be his golden year, and he'll never.
no, I could agree with that.
So
And I think that's what a bummer is that
It's a bummer. I would
it's a
love
bummer
to
for
see
him
him do
too
good.
because he came into the season going, dude, look how well I did last year. I had my
Yeah.
best season ever. I finally stayed healthy-ish for the most part, and look what happened. Held the red plate in Supercross, won some heat races, led mains, won a main, led some races outdoors. Like
yeah.
that was my year, and you know that he came into off season going, I'm not hurt. I'm in the best place mentally. Chris Kiefer, his home life's good. It usually always is. Like, he's on the right path. Nothing changed. There was no craziness. I mean, either other than the KTM bullshit, but like I think somebody like Aaron, that's not really going to be in his front of mind.
Well, I made that correlation where his dad went through the same shit back in the day.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So it's like
yeah,
you knew
he's
that he came
fine.
in thinking like, oh, dude, this is going to be my year, and mentally he's probably like, what do I got to do?
Yeah, he needs to sing some country music with Bobby Regan in the Star Lounge. It sounds like. It sucks, man, because we all love him off the track. Like, Aaron is an awesome guy, awesome for the sport, but he's in that Brock Tickle category right now.
Yeah.
He's cheese pizza.
He's cheese pizza
With a little bit of pepperoni.
Yep.
No, I think this pizza's just they left it in the oven for just a little long. It's a little crisp.
little wood fire oven pizza.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Stu 10th goes 7-11-11. Okay.
He had that Alessi fade going on.
Exactly.
Well,
Alessi high top fade.
they said he still got some lingering effects from A1. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think broken ribs, they said.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
But, dude, you see him toss it sideways off the triple?
Oh, yeah.
Steezing?
Steezing.
If he's going to get a good start, you might as well toss it.
He's like, yo, what up, bro?
Yeah, he's
All
like,
right.
shout out, James.
Shout out, big brother.
Dylan goes 9-8-12 for 11th.
He was kind of alive in one of those mains.
I mean, he's
Yep.
had some sneaky moments where he's been up there and in the mix for a few laps, and ultimately he's kind of dropped back. But I mean, I think that's just where Dylan is, and I honestly think that he knows that like it's coming to a close.
Yeah.
get to outdoors.
It is a real bummer for him though that he accomplished everything other than battling for a Supercross title on a 450.
Yeah.
Like he literally accomplished everything else.
Yeah, I mean, you think about his career up until this point, like, been pretty damn good.
I mean, dude, he's had a damn good career over here.
Yeah. Barsha goes 12-12-6 for 12.
The sixth was good.
And this
Dude, that
is,
last main, he was alive.
this is
They're
where I
feeling
went,
saucy.
holy shit, it is very, very deep here because he qualified 18th.
Yeah.
18th. And I looked at the list above him and went, there's not
And
a
they were probably
bunch
only
of
like
guys
only
there.
like a half a second too.
I was going to say, I mean, it was like Chiz, and there were a couple other guys that I was like, they probably shouldn't out-qualify you. But I went, there's not a lot. So
Well, I mean, A-Rod qualified 21st, I think, with a 101.5, and Barsha was a 101.1 or something.
yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. What?
Yep.
No, that was the Barsha of old in that last one where Kenny's just scared to pass him.
Yep.
You know what, though?
And
He
then
hasn't-
almost got him.
He hasn't really had any. I mean, granted, we haven't had a situation where he's like been in that aggressive mode, but we haven't really seen any like wild moments out of him yet this year.
No, not yet. Justin Cooper, 13-13-10 for 13.
That was underwhelming.
He's got to be bummed.
That was underwhelming.
Yeah.
No PJ for you next week.
Shane
How about a BJ?
McElrath.
I don't know if his wife does that.
I think he got BJ on the PJ.
I don't
my
think his
God.
wife does that. She probably. Never mind.
Shane,
Christian.
Shane McElrath, 14-15-13 for 14.
Shane Sins, dude, just 10 to 14. Hey, dude, give Shane Sins a mud race.
Him and Joey have been real underwhelming so far.
Yeah,
speaking
dude, I
of
was calling
Joey,
Savachi
17,
I was calling this man for
14,
podium.
I don't know what's going on with him, man.
I called this man for a
That's
podium.
rough.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like somebody I think like took his chicken salad or something because he just.
I think Kawasaki's are just his bike.
He honestly,
Toss
dude,
the
looks
salad,
Like,
whoa.
Whenever that dude's on a Kawasaki, dude, he's good. Like
He
he,
looks
was
just
good on that Rick Ware bike. He was good when he filled in. Remember his ride
Yep.
at Redbud? Like
Yep.
He just looks depressed. He doesn't look at all like he wants to be there.
put Shane, not Shane.
Joey?
Put Joey back on the factory cow.
There
Put
you
him on
go.
Prado's bike.
Just don't put him on a pro circuit
You'll
bike.
like this. Luke Clout, put him on it.
I like Luke Cloud.
He's riding the Cowie over in
Dude
Australia
is
already.
nasty.
All right. Colt Nichols, 16,
Man,
16, 15.
He always pulls it together for the main, but getting there ain't the easiest.
No.
Dude, he just loves like threading that needle, just being right on the bubble. It doesn't matter if it's an LCQ or a Triple Crown or like 20th
Yeah.
qualifying,
That
going to
man,
the LCQ with Nitro.
Yeah, that bike is I don't think he's one of those guys that gels with the old Zook.
No.
I also think that wrist is just always going to be a problem.
You think that's what a lot of it is?
Me personally, I don't like. I can't say that other people have said that, but I think that wrist is just always going to be a problem, and I've said that since he did it.
Yeah. Mitchell Oldenburg goes 15, 17, 17.
Not on a Honda, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, on the Beta.
Did you see that?
on the Beta.
Chiz goes 18, 18, 18 for 18th.
No tough blocks.
You know
No
what?
tough blocks.
You know what? It would have been a total Chiz night if he would have won 18, 18, 18 for 19th.
How about 18, 18, 18 is the most consistent result on this whole sheet besides Mitchell Harrison going 22, 22, 22.
Yeah, I think he's hurt.
I would assume so.
Your best friend Benny goes 21, 20, 16 for 19.
That is Justin's best buddy.
Yo, you talking to your best buddy?
A-Rod goes 19, 19, 19.
Nothing like starting
For
your
20.
preseason camp on January 3rd. Fuck yeah.
Who?
A-Rod started his camp on January 3rd.
For why? Who said this?
He did.
Oh.
On the podium?
Yeah. He
was he-
literally, like, JT was interviewing him. He's like, yeah, I started camp on January 3rd.
What was the reason?
Solid.
He didn't have a reason. He's like, that's why I'm tired.
And Cade goes 20, 21, 20 for 21st.
God,
and
those
then Mitchell
Cowies just
Harrison,
looking, struggling back there.
22. Dude, how about can we talk about Cade's like last lap in that LCQ though?
You mean bummer for Hunter Schlosser?
What do you do? You clean him?
Dude, no, he made up like 8 seconds in the last
The wall
lap.
before the flat coming across the start, like, he's literally like 10 bikes lengths in front of him, and Cade just like launches the
Launched
wall, and he just passes him like in the air down the straightaway.
I guess I'll
It was
watch
a wild last lap of Cade getting by people.
Well, they were panning on Nichols and A-Rod, and then Mitchell coming through, and all of a sudden, like, Cade just comes through right behind him. I'm like, where the fuck did
Everybody's like,
Schlosser
wait,
go?
where'd Clayson just come from?
Where the hell?
Yeah. Where's our guy Kevin, that LCQ?
Working his way from behind.
Working his
One or
way.
two
Yeah,
from
the start
back.
wasn't that great. He was like 8th or 9th on the start.
He closed back up on those guys. He
We
probably,
would know if we called him, but you didn't want to call him.
Well,
it's fine.
I just wanted to say he's 4 for 4 on beating the ex teammate.
Ever at one point, can we say the ex-teammate's name? Because, like, everybody knows
Everybody
it.
knows, but we're not. No, we're not going to say it. We're not
No.
going to say it all year. We
Are
don't.
we
I don't
above
speak
that?
it- We don't
Listen,
speak his
I'm
name.
respectful to Kev. I have all the time in the world to go above and beyond for our guy Kev.
By the way, I'm texting him right now to let him know. Hey, just want to let you know.
He's such a prick.
I don't know why Kev deals with you.
Justin
This is funny, though. He
and
might find this
Cole
funny.
I don't know why we deal with him.
Didn't want you on the show tonight.
Tell him why, though.
Nope. That's
Tell
what I'm
you're a
saying.
dick. That is dickish. That is dickish.
All right, that's been your
Tell him why.
That
He's
has
never
been your,
gonna.
That
Tell
has
him
been
why.
your
He's
not
450
going to.
race.
You
That
are
is-
a dick.
That has
He's not
been your
going to.
450. Can I finish the fucking outro?
No, you're a
please?
dick.
That,
Pull the tampon out of your asshole.
that has been your 450
Mr.
race
Awesome.
recap, brought to you by our friends at Gutter Works. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha. All right,
Text him.
so the live stream's gonna continue. Let's see what we got on the live stream here.
I'm gonna knock all these cameras over and make a lot of issues for you if you don't tell him that we.
I was in the butthole earlier.
Guaranteed. You want me to
right.
throw my TLR tinfoil hat out? It's pretty juicy.
No, not yet. We're almost at halftime, but I'm gonna restart that camera so that the rest of the show is all in one.
What do you mean we're almost at halftime? We're at halftime.
We're at halftime. I was just looking through the freaking what's it called here, the chat here.
Yeah.
So-
What up, chat?
Uh,
Let me look into the chat
we
here.
will.
I don't think I can get in actually.
They don't think the bike's 100%. Here, you can read. You can read
Whose
through
bike's
the chat.
100%?
Chat.
Wow.
Whoa,
What does that have anything to do with it?
Well,
There you go. Read through that
While
chat.
I'm
I'm gonna
doing-
reset that camera.
Whoa!
So live's gonna continue. Live is gonna continue to watch. I'm gonna restart the other camera. What are you doing?
The text message came up, so I was gonna text the homie.
All right, and we're back. Complete Racing Solutions halftime report.
Look how he spelled members.
And
the
this-
Glendale members live show.
Look, I was rattled. Okay, we were having technical issues going on.
We got the members show.
We are in technical issues.
Are they arguing?
RS here, he agrees with you, Justin.
Thank you.
Travis is like Jet is Honda.
I like how we get people arguing with each other in our comments.
Travis is the glazer of all glazers. Did Cole forget opening ceremonies again? Come on, dude.
Bro,
We got people that like opening ceremonies.
did you put it in the thing on the note?
I thought so. It's usually at the top of all of them.
Did you put it on the note? Let's see, because I see you made an adjustment. Complete Racing Solutions halftime report.
No, go way to the top. You didn't put anything about it.
Oh, there's opening ceremonies there.
Yeah. What a spode host, dude.
Fail. All right,
Mr. Awesome.
Want to thank our members. Want to thank Rev X Products for presenting the show. Again, don't forget our newest sponsor too, NANO XTREME. And again, you can email us. You can get a free sample. So send us your address. Email themotoaftermathshow@gmail.com, which will be in the description down below. And we'll get you guys a free sample of NANO XTREME. All right, so Complete Racing Solutions halftime report, CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Make sure to check them out. This month we are spotlighting the Coach Rob Podcast Network, so make sure to go check that out. And if you go on YouTube, you got to type in Coach Rob Beams on YouTube, because there is another Coach Rob or another Rob Beams, something like that.
Rob with 2 B's.
On YouTube. So you got to actually put in the Coach Rob Beams podcast there. So navigating amateur motocross, navigating vet motocross, check it out. All right, what do you got for halftime? Because I see you put some notes in here.
You want the TLR tinfoil hat?
Yeah, let's hear the TLR tinfoil hat first.
Oh, I think you're gonna like this one.
Oh boy, here we go.
So, are you into karma and stuff like that?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, go ahead, and then I will tell you how wrong you are. But go ahead.
Well, Jet Lawrence hurting his knee, and we're all kind of in the middle on the Myrtle situation.
I'm not really in the Myrtle. Have you listened to the Cooksey interview with him?
So has the whole narrative changed? Does he sound even guiltier now?
Oh, no. I'll tell you. Go ahead. I listened to it before I came on. I'll give you the Spark Notes edition here.
The universe is on Myrtle's side.
Well, that could be. Okay. You know what? You're actually not as crazy as I thought.
Yeah.
TLR tinfoil hat here.
Yeah. TLR tinfoil hat here.
TLR Coatings.
The universe. Shout out.
Universe.
Shout out God.
No,
you number one.
No, shout out Tony Alessi. The universe is going to get him. And
the universe is going to get him. I totally forgot about that.
You remember that?
God, I miss Tony Alessi.
Real ones don't remember, but hey. Maybe Tony Alessi really ain't that crazy. There's a drug ring in MX Sports, and there's
I don't know about that. That I haven't heard. I've heard Tony's thing on it.
I know. I'm just talking
but
shit right now.
I haven't.
And Tony also said the universe will get that guy back. So maybe the universe is getting Jet Lawrence back here.
And the universe done got Josh Grant.
And the universe got Josh Grant back. For sure.
Got him
real
good.
Bad.
Got him good.
Kev just told you guys to eat shit.
Really? RS here, he said, I knew that's where you were going on the TLR tinfoil hat.
Rude.
Let's go.
Well, we can continue this TLR tinfoil hat, right? So I've now listened to the Cooksey the Cooksey interview with him, and if you haven't, it's a super good listen. I know a lot of people are not huge fans of Cooksey, but this guy does actually do some digging on some things, and he got Lucas Myrtle on. Get out of the fucking text messages on my goddamn thing. God, okay,
you want me to send him a nude?
You're banned from the chat now. You're banned from. We're banning the chat.
Sorry,
here.
chat.
Can we get it on?
They took the iPad away from me like a little kid at a restaurant.
Now, sorry. Okay, so you said you haven't watched that yet.
No.
Right, or listened to it. You haven't either.
No.
Okay.
I just seen everybody hating on him more.
And I was explaining this to you. Well, of course they are. Everybody's piling on him because they're all idiots, right? So here's what he explained down there.
And you have to do this without saying the word sniff.
Sniff.
It was funny listening to it because I did not realize how many times I said this.
Yeah, everybody in the chat was like, "Hey, we got it. It doesn't pass the sniff test."
Doesn't pass the sniff test. It still doesn't pass the sniff test.
Did you say that a lot?
Oh, bro, look, I might have got a little tuned up during the show last week too, and yeah, we got
Calm
to that
down,
point
Mr. Awesome.
And it wasn't passing the sniff.
It wasn't
test.
passing the sniff test.
Passing the sniff
There's a lot of
test.
sniffing going around.
There's a lot
Anyway,
of sniffing buttholes.
Okay, so have you seen the show Ballers?
I have seen the show Baller.
Okay, how much of it have you watched?
I watched all of it.
Okay.
Big Dwayne Johnson
So
fan?
you kind of understand then, or you've seen at least a little bit of, I would call it a little behind the scenes of what these managers do,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
managing all
Everything.
aspects of things,
Yeah.
okay?
They're managing things because
They're managing things. So,
Because they're ant managers.
okay,
Yeah.
so the thing is here is that this is being Are you okay? Do you need a minute?
Sniff test.
So the thing that's being portrayed, right, is that he basically was stealing money from the Lawrences or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That is not actually the case as he says it, which what the story he tells makes sense to me, right? So what had happened is that they decided they wanted to do the Jet Lawrence or the Lawrence brother fan zone, right? The Lawrences, Wasserman, everybody involved, nobody wanted the liability on themselves personally for 2 semi-trucks with these custom containers on the road, okay? Makes sense. Everybody who understands how business works, you don't want any more liability on yourself than you have to have.
Yeah.
You don't really want to own anything, you just want to control it. So what ends up happening is that they also don't want to expend their own money to try this. This is an idea that Myrtle's basically cooked up, and he's like, okay, this is how we'll do it. We have this Jets and Donut LLC. We will put this Lawrence Fan Zone experience under that, which means all the money will funnel through there, right? That all the liability will fall on this company. So if something goes sideways, we don't personally get tied up in a lawsuit.
Right.
Makes sense. Happens, right? Now, how do we afford these trucks and stuff? Okay, so what happens is Wasserman is this giant billion-dollar company, right? They have a fund that allows these managers to pull money out of it to essentially create businesses and things like this, right? Or to woo clients, woo sponsors, woo athletes, that kind of stuff, right? It's money to basically, I don't want to say bribe people, but to bribe people or to help people do things.
So it's the money he used on the Coonan brothers for their motorhome.
So hold up, we'll get to that, right? So what had happened is he pulls money from Wasserman, and he is Wasserman at this point, right? Puts it into this account that is tied to this LLC. They buy the trucks, they do all this crap, right? Okay, so now all the money's in there. The money goes out for the trucks. The deal with it, as he explains it, and again, this is just Mert's side of the story that he was telling. The way the deal works is that the only thing the Lawrences are going to have into this is their time doing the meet and greets, okay? But once the trucks get paid off by them doing this fan zone experience, then the ownership of that will transfer into their name or
so in
their
the agreement,
company.
they don't own shit. They're not entitled to any money.
Exactly. The account is not actually.
They better have that in paperwork.
The account is not actually a Lawrence account. The account is a Wasserman account for Jet. Don't even worry about the other one's recording.
What if that one shuts off?
It'll be fine. Then we'll just go to audio. God, screw it. I'm over it today. So it's actually a Wasserman account, essentially, that is controlling all this, right? Because none of this has been turned over to them yet, because it's still a Wasserman business, essentially. So then what happens is he starts going through this divorce, and I'll talk about this now because he's now publicly put this out there. Terrible divorce, and from the gist I got of it that he was talking on there, his wife is some sort of abusive addict with something, which is why, did you notice? And I didn't even think about this. He was always at the race with his 1-year-old.
I noticed that.
Why? Because he had to take the kid from his wife because the kid was not safe. And then there's restraining orders, all this shit he's talking about, right? Openly. So, like, I'm not putting anything out there that he has to put out. Super gnarly divorce. Now, do you know what happens when you go through divorce? Lawyers. And they freeze all of your shit. You cannot get loans, you cannot get mortgages, you cannot get new cars, you don't have access really to any of your money. Like, you have a small amount of access to everyday expense, but to the money that he needs access to be able to continue to do what he does, because what these managers do is they front people for stuff, right? So then, okay, what had happened is one of the money management people who was managing that account, who I believe was with Wasserman, or is with Wasserman,
said use this account,
we'll document it all because you don't have access to anything, and then that way at the end of the year when you get paid out, right, or whatever, when we get to the end of the year, then we'll reconcile it through what we owe you anyway, what Wasserman pays you, and everything will be fine.
Logical explanation.
Which is why we have accounts that have things labeled like attorney fees, fucking babysitters, whatever, dude.
All that shit was accounted
Which you
for.
would not label if you're trying to fucking skim money.
Oh, he can nail those dudes for defamation.
And then, okay, obviously he's still trying to make deals through all this, right? So what happens?
Coonins.
The Coonins.
You gotta pay
He's
Phil
investing
Nicoletti
in
for
them.
the Jets and Donuts
And
sticker.
why is he?
No, that's real shit.
And why is he investing in the Coonins? Because he knows what's going to happen. They're going to sign a gigantic fucking deal when they come over here next year. But how do you make sure this year goes smooth? They need a fucking RV so that they have a place to stay at the track, because when you do those fucking GPs, a lot of time they're in the middle of nowhere and it's fucking hours to the hotel. So instead of that, cool, we'll get this $45,000 RV, we'll pay a driver to fucking drive it everywhere, and boom, you guys will have a place at all these races. Perfect. But again, he can't access any of his shit because he's going through what's it called, which again, that was probably personal money he would have fucking pulled to pay for an RV for them in the anticipation that he's going to be able to make a deal because they're going to have such a good deal and make his money back. So all this happens, right? And then they blindside him with this, according to him. Now, again, nothing of this has been proven in court of law yet, but they blindside him with this. And he literally says that he was talking to Hayes the night before, wakes up the next morning, and all he is getting tagged and everything. And Hayes and this other guy are calling every single one of his clients and being like, hey, you're no longer with Mertz.
So they're snaking.
There's
Hayes is a snake, but
it doesn't pass the sniff test.
I can verify that
It
Jacob
doesn't
Hayes
pass the sniff
is
test.
a snake.
I mean, I made this correlation, and this might sound a little out there, but usually your riding style on the track kind of moves over to your personality as a person and who you are as a human being.
Yep.
Go back to the Jacob Hayes Kyle Rigo battle and see how Hayes handled that one.
I've watched Jacob Hayes do a lot of. Never mind.
like I
I don't want to
said,
get into Jacob Hayes.
I'm with you. So here in that perspective,
everything he said lined up and made sense to me of like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like, from what he's saying, and again, this will all come out in court of law, right? It wasn't, hey, you need to reconcile this right now. And then he's like, oh, okay, shit, now I got to get this money back into this account, which again is a Wasserman account, not the Lawrence's. Let's be very clear. According to him, which again, I believe this is the thing, because this is, when he explained this, I go, oh yeah, this is
he
how.
said it was an account with multiple people had access.
Yes, there was, including this money manager person that told him, hey, let's do it this way, because you obviously need access to funds. We'll just do this,
Labeled
and we'll
yeah.
make it happen.
Everything was labeled.
Which again, this is some of the info I was getting last week, was that the divorce was the issue, and it was causing things to have to get moved around in anticipation. And then now that he's come out and said all that, I'm like, this all makes sense to me.
That does all make sense. And
the only thing that doesn't line up, why are they doing this to him?
I think somebody overreacted.
Do you think somebody overreacted, or
do you think they're all in on it together?
I don't know that they're all in on it.
Like Hayes and Lawrence has had a conversation, said, hey, this is going on.
Look, man, okay, now we're going to get real TLR tinfoil hat speculation-y here.
Hear it.
Okay?
Give it to me.
My thing...
You want no part in this.
No, man, honestly.
So my speculation with it is when you throw in the fact of the shitty divorce here, all of the sudden there's now another counterpart in this as to what might have happened, which would be the shitty ex-wife. And all it takes is one person who knew, aka the shitty ex-wife, to start telling people what he's been doing because of what's been going on between the two of them, right? So they're going through a divorce. Obviously, she knows he doesn't have access to funds, so if he's still making things happen like this, she knows he's getting money from somewhere. And then all it takes is somebody digging who doesn't know all the exact things a little bit, and then bingo bango, you can run that up the chain, and all of a sudden everything spirals out of control.
Yeah, and you talk about a business and a liability, that's where Wasserman cuts him off and says, he's a liability, he's gone.
Yeah.
They get the first sniff of it and he's gone.
Yeah, which that again makes sense. Sniff. Now all the public stuff, and then
Jacob is,
and then the
Sniff.
I don't know. I'm not, look, dude, I'm not going to throw Hayes under the bus, but again,
I was around Hayes a lot.
He is part of like where it gets weird there, of like, what's happening here, you know. And again, for as tight as all these guys were, I mean,
Supposedly are.
yeah, it's like, it's very strange. And I think too that it doesn't even necessarily, I'm not sure that that the Lawrences really have anything to do with it, to be honest with you, other than obviously they're the most publicly forward-facing people in this, right? And so they're getting told, because think about it, okay? And maybe it was you who brought this up in our group text about like, oh man, I don't understand why these people, they get money and they just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and went, this makes all the sense in the world to me. These families like this, right? And no offense to the Lawrences, they don't know how the fuck to run a business. So they weren't running any of these businesses,
Dazzy was
right?
a fucking engineer.
Yeah. None of them know how to run a business. So they don't know, hey, you should have a money management person that's doing that, you know, because essentially what they are now is they're a multi-million-dollar business, right? Mm-hmm. So you need people in places, right? All they had was the fucking management, which was Lucas, who probably, in all
and
fairness,
just like Ballers, had to set up the advisor, had to set up all
of it. And then again, too, when Lucas gets into a spot that he needs help there, which is what was happening here, he had access to money that wasn't directly affecting them. He had another person who also was managing that money who said, cool, let's make sure that you can keep going, because otherwise this could fuck up a whole lot of everything that's going on in this realm, and then we're all going to stop making money. And like, let's do it.
That all makes sense. And if he's on there talking about it without a lawyer, all this shit.
Oh, well, he said his lawyers are probably fucking pissed, but he's like, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut because that's what guilty people do, and I'm not fucking guilty of this shit. Here's the weird thing too. It's like they didn't even serve him the fucking paperwork. He had to get tagged. He had to get tagged and go to Racer X to see what the fuck he was even being charged with. He saw that fucking paperwork when it got posted on Racer X.
Isn't it wild?
Paperwork.
It's such a wild time that we live. It's kind of like what I said to you with him. He probably, I understand he was emotional and he let his, get to the best of him, but he probably should have consulted with someone before. But I get it.
Because it
looked bad. It's wild that we live in a day and age where your first instinct is, I'm not going to think all this through. I'm just going to throw this out on social
media.
Dude, it's wild that we live in a time where that's the thing. My thing on all of this is, and it is very interesting, and kind of like what I said in the group chat, and I said this to you a little bit ago, I don't have a dog in this race, so it's really hard for me to figure out who to kind of like side with, other than the fact that I don't like Jacob Hayes. I can't stand him, dude. I will fucking beat that drum.
I'm gonna look, dude.
It's hard for me because now we're talking about people's lives. We're talking about people's lives, and for me, I don't like speculating on people's lives, their personal shit. Like, we can sit up here and we can talk about Moto and we can talk about Jet and Hayden Deegan and all these different people and all of our opinions. When it starts talking about people's personal lives, I just can't do it because none of us know what's actually going on behind the scenes. We hear shit, but it's just kind of like with us. Mm-hmm. We don't want people speculating about our lives, even though we're we're not as near as interesting. But it's just, for me, I don't want any part of that shit because I don't know. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I don't know. And for me to speculate on shit that I don't know about when it comes to that stuff, I don't know. That's a new level for me where it's like I just don't like being in that space. And that's just why it's kind of hard for me with this whole thing, because this is not about motocross. This is personal. This is personal shit. And if it comes out, like I said, I
have thoughts I'll tell you guys when we're not recording, because I'm trying to keep my head level here with things. So I'll tell you what how exactly I think this works out. But
if it comes out that what Mertz is saying and he actually did get blindsided in all of this,
you're suing the fuck out of him.
I will just say
defamation.
I will just say that it makes everybody defamation.
Jesus.
Doesn't pass the sniff test.
Doesn't pass the sniff test. Baby.
Everybody on the other side of this,
defamation.
Yeah.
Everybody on the other side of this, if it comes out that he is getting screwed, it makes all of them, every last one of them, look like shitty fucking human beings. Mm-hmm. And I know this shit happens all the time.
It's kind of lining up with the moral compass that we've been seeing from the Lawrence side with the whole Deegan debacle in Australia, if that's true.
See,
I totally think it was true.
And the what's it called there? The Shoot,
The universe is getting them, bro.
now I'm blanking.
Universe gonna get him.
Now I'm blanking on what you just said there. The Wasserman side of things, that threw me off, right? Because Wasserman isn't going to come out and make a public statement
No, they
and
have
do
to
this
build evidence.
unless it's legit.
They got to cut that liability.
But thinking about what you just said with cutting the liability, if they're getting fed, hey, he's taking this money for personal stuff or whatever,
boom, he's done right away.
Yeah, and they find that that's happening. Yeah, they do it with, but it's still super weird that you have that many contracts and everything under management, and they don't even come to you and say what the fuck is happening.
I want to know, is it typical for a lawyer document or a law document like that to have a lot of like grammatical errors and spelling shit wrong?
No, not the final draft.
So like that one had American Express wrong.
Yeah, there was definitely some things with it that it was like, that's interesting.
Was that
the other interesting?
that was Wasserman's like?
No, this was the court document.
Yeah, this
court
is
document.
the legit court document. So the interesting thing,
Express didn't have an E in it.
If it's a court document, then it's. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I only played one on TV.
but I'm not a lawyer, but I stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
It's possible.
I mean, it's rare though.
It is rare, but it's possible.
The other thing too that's interesting that was brought up in that video is supposedly Steve dug that court document up, but Steve was at
but Steve's his friend and his homie.
Steve's not only his friend and his homie, but Steve was at the Fly Racing whatever that was going on all day Thursday. So at what point did you have time to dig that up?
No, he was saying like somebody sent it to him, or he got up at the ass crack of dawn.
I'm just saying, if
the whole thing does not pass the sniff test,
not passing the sniff
Dude,
test.
That's why it's hard for me with this whole, because all of this is just now you start talking about people's character.
It's way too public.
It's
way too public.
It's too public before the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we hear about all this kind of stuff with big companies afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear about it before it happens.
Yeah.
Like
I went down
I'm on board with you on that. Like,
I went down a court rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm on board with that comment right there. This is too public before the fact. This doesn't make any sense.
This is what I said last week when it came out. I'm like, who the fuck does this? This is way
Especially
too much.
with a group like Wasserman.
So I looked up like Blake Baggett, seeing if there was any court docs with like him and Butler Brothers.
The NDAs.
Didn't find anything, but I saw Blake Baggett versus Pro Circuit International.
What'd that have to say?
He tried to sue Pro Circuit for something about contractual stuff.
Oh, this kind of shit.
Or maybe he didn't get paid or something.
This shit's,
look it up. Blake Baggett versus Pro Circuit.
That kind of shit's been going on for a long time.
I would say Mathis sued Yamaha when he got fired.
Well, and there's a lot of mechanics, especially from Butler Brothers.
Wrongful termination.
But there's a lot of mechanics over the years that have never gotten paid, and they've sued teams.
There's
not just Butler Brothers.
And I don't know if it's true, but I've heard rumors that that's part of the reason why he is as tight with Yamaha as he is, because
hey, we owe you one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they owe him a lot.
So
it's better to keep him close.
That's the brief Lucas Myrtle thing.
The Spark
Notes. If, like I said, go check out Cooksy's video. I know, like I said, he's a very divisive character for people, but he's been getting some stuff right. I was gonna say, but he actually had him on, and that Lucas talked most of the time. It wasn't Cooksy talking. So
yeah, form your opinion there.
Yeah,
I would just advise you. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I would just advise anybody that has opinion of all this, try to get all the facts before you come to conclusions, because if it does come out that Mertz is innocent in all this, to all you people out there that are shitting on him, calling him a terrible human being, I gotta feel after the fact.
The Lawrence camp's gonna lose a lot more fans too.
Oh, if they're on the wrong side of this,
backfires on them.
Or
let's say maybe if they're not completely involved.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's whoever goes down, their name's attached.
They're associated with it.
Yeah.
So either way, it's not going to be good for them. Even if they didn't have a big part in this, it's not going to be good on them, because they're right or wrong. They're going to be associated with somebody that what did you say? The defamation. Defamation.
It's like de-icer.
Really stretch that word out.
Defamation. Defamation.
All right, let's move on, because this shit's
definite defamation.
This shit's getting too personal.
Okay, so moving on
talk about
here. What is this that you got with this gas rumor going on?
Ooh, you got a gas rumor?
Oh, yeah, there's a gas rumor that they're... this is, I guess, a little bit of a tinfoil hat as well, but there's the second half of it.
Oh.
So there's some stuff going around that gas is going bye-bye.
Wow, that doesn't shock
getting
me.
clippy-clippied.
Okay. Not caring about results.
In my mind, if there was an injury clause in the contracts of
God.
Ryder and Casey where they don't have to pay them, that's an easy way to clippy those guys, and all they got left to deal with is Barsha.
So for anybody that doesn't know what Cole is talking about, and maybe some of you have seen this or haven't.
But Casey Cochran's a Husky deal, not a gas deal, right?
He's on a
No,
gas.
Rockstar. Just a Rockstar
He
deal.
was riding a Rockstar red bike.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what anybody doesn't know is Ryder D obviously got hurt. I hope the kid heals up. He's been through some
It's been
shit.
a gnarly
It's
injury, it
bad.
looks like.
You can go to his Instagram. Well, I don't know. Maybe they all
It's
took
way
it down.
worse
I don't
than I
know.
thought it
His mom, like,
His mom set the record straight.
yeah, his mom set the record straight. But there's been
What'd
some.
she say? Because I didn't see this.
I don't even.
Just go
well,
look at it.
Dude, it was like a book. I don't even know if it was on there. Basically, calling out a lot of people. There was a rumor that went around about how when Ryder got hurt, the bike shut off. People didn't know what happened. That the engine or the drain plug fell out, lost a bunch of oil. They screwed it back in, threw some oil in it, and that's why. And the mechanic was his problem. And there's just a rumor was going around.
Yeah,
So
there's
like
another
that's
rumor
what
saying
Cole.
that's why Cochran got hurt too. Similar
And then
situation.
Casey's mechanic got on there and like started calling people out, being like, "You guys are fucking morons. We never do that." And then I don't
Well,
know
that's
Ryder's.
a good look for the team if the mechanic's on there trying to.
Yeah, I don't know what Ryder's mom's name is, but basically she went out there.
Lisa,
Post?
Lisa DiFrancesco.
Yeah, another thing though that pissed me off is people were like, "Oh, I just wish they would come out and tell us or whatever." This was after his mom came out there, and I'm just thinking,
I wish they would come out and tell us.
No, I agree too. But what I like, people were like getting in her shit, and I'm like, you fuckwads. I'm like, this is her son. Like, she has nothing to do with this.
Where did she post this at?
Instagram.
She might have taken it down.
I mean, all I've got is P5 in San Diego. Too many mistakes.
Okay, then
Maybe
yeah,
Maybe
it attracted
they got a
a lot
lawsuit
of,
going on too.
it attracted a lot of heat. But
Maybe
she
their
basically
lawsuit's
was
taking gas down.
she was sticking up for Ryder and just basically like, hey guys, like this is not the time or place, and it was like a long thing, but people were like shitting on her. They were like, well, she should let us know. I'm like, no, it's not her job to let you guys know what's going on with her son, who just had major surgery, real fucked up. But anyways, that's what Cole's referring to with the whole lawsuit of Ryder and all them.
Interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. Did you guys see? I haven't watched Hopper's video, but I saw something about KTM got bought out, or didn't get bought out, but they at least got $900 million or something.
Oh, didn't hear anything about that.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure that out and report back next week, because
Right.
I don't know.
Well, gas going bye would be just the get the ball rolling.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Anything else for halftime here? You got rant? You said you were gonna rant.
Yeah,
Holster
I
code
thought
reload
maybe I
rant?
was gonna think of one, but maybe not. Maybe just
You want to do the Rushmore thing?
let's talk gear.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, I guess any comments about the SMX next race? I don't know who any of those fucking
Landon
kids
Gordon,
are. The Gordon kids.
look good. Like 104 lap times, put him 12th, 13th ish in the main. They better send him through the whoops over and over again.
I definitely think had Caden Manier, because he got hurt this week. That's why he was
Yeah.
not there. He would have won, no problem. Like he would have yarded those kids.
Yeah, a little disappointed in Dudney.
A little disappointed, bad starts. Don't know where the fuck Landon Hart's came from.
Yeah, he
Timmerman's
was
out-
definitely in the star semi after the race.
Oh, for sure. Bobby Regan pulled him
thought that
aside.
same thing.
Good for Liam Olaf, the kid that wadded his shit at Ironman for no reason.
Yeah.
On that SLR Honda, and it's working for Parker Ross. So I mean, Liam Olaf, everybody knows his dad Joe, so
Yep.
he's another kid to look at. But yeah, Landon Hart's I think was just the biggest. I know who most of those kids are. Didn't know who Landon Hart's was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Had
Enzo
no idea.
Timmerman as well. Not even on a full team green ride.
Good old buddy of Joe Shimoda's.
Yep. So
But I mean, Landon Gordon, without Caden Manier there, I think I could have seen that. Like, that doesn't really surprise
Yeah.
me. We'll see what happens when we go east with more ruts, because
Yeah.
he's a I mean, he rides down at the 83 compound, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Cali kid through and through. So,
Okay.
I guess I'll save my gear thoughts.
No, we can talk gear.
I mean, the one dude that usually had
Juju's
that.
kit was a shit kit.
Oh, that's where you're going?
Ugly as fuck,
Rude.
dude.
So
It was. You thought that was...
No.
Okay,
you
thank
like
you.
the Juju kit?
No, the one
No,
guy
I
that's
didn't.
had the kit for the last 3 rounds isn't even there, Prado. So, like, I don't have anything to
Well,
say.
dude, I liked Kenny's setup last night. I think that looked good.
Yeah, it was okay.
Black, red.
Kenny's always got
Who
good swag.
had the best setup for you?
I don't know. I didn't pay that close
Everything was
attention
kind of
to it
last night.
Yeah.
I like how they mentioned Chase. Like, I don't know if it was Ricky or whatever. They're like, yeah, that looked really good. And I'm like, dude, I've seen Chase run that combo a few times
Yeah.
now. It's not new.
Well, you know what I called the Beaumare gear?
Oh,
The two
boy.
in the pink, one in the stink set.
Davey would approve of that.
Yeah, that's you're not
Pretty
wrong.
accurate, huh?
Davey,
Yeah,
would,
you're not wrong.
Davey would approve of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
And definitely a shocking ride from Beaumont last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we'll get to that. All right. So
See
I
what I
guess
did there?
I guess we could talk Prado here.
Bummer. I agree with JT. The
A
one
bummer
thing
or
you,
a Beaumont?
a bummer and a boomer. The one
Boomer?
thing you could not do.
Uh huh.
God, it sucks, man. Because he was, I mean, granted, he didn't set the world on fire, but he was fine in Anaheim and San Diego.
Yeah, it was okay.
Like, he just did what he had to do. And the thing is, too, like, the way, what put him out,
just do the laps, buddy.
He was gonna win this weekend. Remember?
who said that?
No, he's gonna win Daytona.
Or
I never said he was going to win Daytona either.
gonna win
he was
Daytona.
gonna win this year.
Oh, I don't know. Who the hell said he was going to
Title
win
contender.
it? Who said he was going to
but
win in
supposedly-
Supercross?
Remember all that stuff?
Supposedly Kawasaki
No.
thinks he's gonna win next year.
No, I was definitely putting him out there for outdoors. I don't know who the hell had him win in Supercross. That's dumb. Bummer, dude. Bummer. Gonna be out for a while. Just hope he has at least a month to get ready for outdoors.
Maybe.
I don't. He's gonna
Shoulders
be behind coming in outdoors now.
Shoulders can take a long time.
I really hope that he goes straight to Florida.
Shoulders take a long time.
Dude, there's just some bad oil over
If he
there.
had shoulder surgery this week, I was doing the math in my head
Flew back to
actually
Spain.
Thursday. If he had shoulder surgery this week, you're talking 6 months on a shoulder. You're talking June.
I think this is exactly what Justin was just talking about with longevity. Like, it may have not been that bad, but it's like, hey, fix it. We're not fucking.
Just get it over and done with.
Yeah, which that wouldn't surprise me with Kawasaki either, because Kawasaki's playing long game on him.
It's just a.
Yeah, well, they didn't with AC, so.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a bummer, dude. Because I fully believed. I didn't think he was going to win the title, but I fully thought he was going to come out swinging outdoors and he was going to be in the shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, if you're correct, if June, say June is the earliest, so like you're looking
yeah.
back at him being back by maybe High Point. Cool track to come back to.
I'm just going with, like I said, I'm going with 6 months.
God, it's a bummer. And that's what's really going to suck is like, once again, we're trying not to speculate, but if that is the case, and then if Jet's got his issues, I mean, Cole kind of said it.
Yeah.
Jet and Jorge just not coming in healthy for outdoors.
Nope.
God,
that's going to be a talking point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'd be a big story.
Yep. So, all right.
Mr. Awesome.
Oh boy, here we go. Yes.
What's your Rushmore?
Your Mount Rushmore.
Ooh.
Of all
okay.
time.
Okay. Good question.
It's going to be somebody random as fuck. I can already know.
Why do you think it's gonna be random?
Because you're the guy that, who was he hard on making mains? He was picking Carnow to make mains and stuff.
God, that was a long time ago, dude. We've went through so many people up and down over the years.
I always hit like those random questions in the chat or whatever, and he comes out of left field with somebody every time.
Fucking Zacho, bro, holding it wide.
No, what was the last thing I asked you guys?
I don't know. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Maybe it was like, if you could combine who's speed, who's talent, and all that. He had some.
Yeah, if we could take that. All right, who's your
shit.
Mount Rushmore?
I gotta find it.
Who's your Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I think my Mount Rushmore is pretty basic. Is it 3 or 4? There's 4 on Mount Rushmore, right? I think there's 4.
4.
I think there's
Okay.
4.
Who's your Mount Rushmore?
We'll go with 4. I mean, it's got to be Ricky, McGrath, RV,
What's gonna be way back here?
and I guess Stu probably. I mean, like that has to be the 4, dude.
Okay.
Is there 4 on the mountain?
Yeah, I think there's 4.
All right, who's your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, who's your Mount
I
Rushmore?
might take a little bit of a heat on this one, but
Michael Leslie.
Fucking Josh Grant.
yeah, dude. Michael Lessie.
Officer Hill.
Fucking stuffing and cuffing, homie. Yo!
Justin Hill.
Fucking Kyle Partridge.
Josh Hill.
Fucking Kyle
Josh
Partridge.
Hansen.
All the fucking J's.
Actually, no, you got quiet. You want to know who
Quiet on set.
Quiet on set.
All right.
I got the Mount Rushmore.
All right,
Okay.
let's hear this.
Okay.
Tommy Tomcat Clowers.
Jesus, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, who's your real
Mad Mike Jones.
Who's your real Mount Rushmore?
Fucking Denny Stevenson.
Jeremy Twitch
Buddy
Stenberg.
Antonez. All right, who's your Mount Rushmore? Be serious.
Jimmy McGarth. Jeremy McGrath.
Jimmy McGarth.
Yep. Richard Carmichael. Ricky Carmichael.
Okay.
I gotta go Ryan Villopoto. Very underrated career.
Okay, so this is the same so far. We're 3 for 3,
And Stewart, man.
4 for 4.
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you said Stu.
Stu changed the game.
Yeah.
But I'm going off titles. Eli Tomac.
Oh, okay.
Greatest ever do it.
All right, so we were 3 out of 4. What's yours?
Ricky, Stu,
Okay.
RV, Eli.
All right.
No McGrath.
No,
Wow.
Because of Supercross only?
just Supercross.
Oh,
only.
now Jeremy fucking hates you, so that's cool.
You didn't. Well, all right. So I already said mine. Who's on your freestyle Mount Rushmore?
Oh my God, we don't
Get
have time
outta
for
here.
this.
No.
Let's go to 250s.
No. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Fucking stuffing and cuffing.
complete-
Ronnie
complete-
Kung Fu Fight.
Oh my God, I
complete-
totally forgot about that guy.
Complete Racing Solutions
Freestyle
halftime
used to be
report.
so good.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
I thought he died.
Doing jujitsu in the middle of the.
Are we good? Move on.
Stuffing and cuffing.
Like, are we done?
Doesn't pass the sniff test.
Jesus.
What do you mean?
This is unreal. All right.
Travis the Wonder Boy Pastrana.
He was
Yes.
a wonder boy.
He was.
a
all
wonder
right.
boy.
Brian Deegan,
That's been your
the general.
Shut up. Let me do the fucking read. Jesus.
Clifford
Christ.
Adam Tonte, the flying hoe.
Dude, I love freestyle. Go back.
Holy shit.
All right, get back to it.
All right, that's been your Complete Racing Solutions halftime report. Make sure to check them out. Links in the description down below. Are you okay? You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and mute you guys over there.
What you got?
No, we're just muting y'all.
What you got?
Oh, I got nobody.
Dude, we had a hell of a run there.
Yeah, we did. We really
Nate the Destroyer Adams.
Your mic's muted.
Matt Biting. Nah, yeah, that's a tough one.
All right.
He's paralyzed.
Here we go.
Mute us.
250 race.
Come on,
250 race recap. Not yet. 250 race recap brought to you by our friends at Flo Racing. 65s, 50s, 125s. All the good stuff there. Make sure to check them out. Hard parts, etc. on their website, profloracing.com. Link in the description down below. Okay, here we go. 250 class here.
Sometimes better than the 450
Maybe
class.
if I can get it to load here.
Pretty good here.
Pretty good.
All right, so Jordan Smith, and I got crucified in the reaction show comments.
You did.
Because
I
I
missed
didn't
it.
talk about Jordan Smith first.
You did.
And I typed out a full response that said I could make a video every day about Jordan Smith and get 100 views, or I could say Deegan in it and get 10,000. What do you think I'm gonna do?
His ride,
That's a dirty tactic.
His
Now-
ride didn't pass the sniff test.
Now I didn't say
No,
that.
I think it passed the Smith test. Send
the
that man a
Smith
beat.
test.
The Smith test.
On purpose.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think it passed the Smith test.
That was
Dude.
good. That was good.
That was not on purpose.
No, that was on
Oh
purpose.
my god.
Don't put me by the fucking light then.
We're turning the lights off.
Okay, so
No,
so
it
Smith
didn't pass the
goes.
Smith test.
Smith
Pass the
goes.
Smith test.
Smith goes 2-3-1 for first. Triumph's first win.
That's actually pretty cool. Didn't
yeah.
see that coming.
Didn't
No,
mean
I thought that was
either.
super cool. You see the pit board? I thought that was cool too.
No.
It said, "You're in the history books."
And then
Oh,
Scuba
yeah.
tried to break his back.
Yeah, well, listen, man. Better head on over to our merch store and grab a VRM shirt.
That was VRM.
VRM.
That's VRM, man.
Yep.
Deegan can call him old and brittle and all that, but look at the old boy.
Old boy got it.
The old 28-year-old.
Old boy still got it.
Yeah. I mean, old for this class.
Oh, I
but
know. That's why I laughed. When people are calling him old. I'm like, you guys realize
Well,
that he's 30 yet?
So they did ask in the press conference, or Deegan said that he thought there should be an age limit on the 250 class.
There is one. It's
Just
in
throwing
Europe.
another jab at him.
It's in Europe.
No, I actually give him a lot of credit. He was like, look, this is no disrespect to anybody, and he like specifically like looks at Smith as he says this, like, this is no disrespect to you, but I think there should be an age limit on the 250
You know what
class.
took offense to that? Party Marty.
What Jordan say to that?
He didn't say anything. He didn't even seem upset about it.
Party Marty was
Dude,
not happy.
Look, these guys are not oblivious to the fact that they're 28 years old and still in the 250 class.
Whatever, he made
Hey, man,
100
you
grand
make-
last
you
night.
make a lot of money. I don't give a shit.
I understand. I'm just saying. Yeah,
as,
but
as odd as it is, the Triumph has really backed him down like that 5% that he's needed to back down to be a little more in control.
Yeah.
Other than exploding the whoops.
He's had some moments.
He's had some moments, but
I mean,
this
he's in
is
it.
better.
yes, 100%.
But before we get too far, I wanted Justin to bring up his point when we were talking before we started recording here about this coast and the schedule that they're lined up with,
Yep.
with the East guys. Like, after you telling me that, now I see why all these guys went to the East.
So
like
for-
maybe if you look at the East,
Yeah.
not a lot of rookie riders,
No.
a lot of older guys. Maybe they had a say in
a
what
lot of-
coast they could go on.
Yep.
So yeah, lay that out there. Maybe that my theory is correct after you telling me that.
So for what Cole's referring to is okay, we had the Triple Crown, they're going to be off for a few weeks, and then they're going to come back. They're going to come back to Arlington, which is another Triple Crown. Oh, that's cool. And then the round after that, they're going to be going to Indy, That's an East-West shootout. And then when they come back from that, they go to Seattle, and we could either have a full-on mutter or just feel like we're riding on alien moon dirt. So that's always cool. And then they also have to go to, is it East Rutherford or no, Philly, I'm sorry. Philly, that's also a Triple Crown or East-West shootout. And then the final round is Salt Lake. Oh, yeah, by the way, another East-West shootout. So that's
we got a lot more East-West shootouts this year.
Yeah, we got 3 of them.
How many was there last year? 2, right?
Just two.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
So it's like, to Cole's point, and we were talking about this, what he's getting at is that outside of Seattle, which if it's a mutter, that's not a normal race, the rest of the year is throw shit at a dartboard and hope you can stay on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
So now really also thinking about that, the points, fucking who knows?
Yeah, look, I got I guess I got to give a little bit of a pat on the back to Feld and those guys for putting another East-West shootout in. Because
I love it.
It blurs the line of, is East better than West, and whatever, and it gives another storyline of who's the beast in the East, who's the best in the West, which coast is better.
It is a little bit of a bummer, though, that they couldn't have, like, I don't know, I guess because the Salt Lake is on the West Coast, but it just, both of the first 2 West shootouts are on the East. And I understand with, like...
So is one of them at least West?
No.
Or, yeah,
Salt Lake, Indy and Philly. Yeah, so, like, I guess you couldn't do it with the schedule. I guess that's just the only bummer is you couldn't find, like, a location that's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, so yeah, like Philly.
And then everybody's going to be like, oh, East Coast versus West Coast dirt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so, but, I mean, what we're getting at is like, the West dudes, the rest of their series... No walk in the park.
No, dude, I would not want to go on break and then just know I'm coming back to a Triple Crown.
Yeah. And then knowing the round later that you go to is an East-West shootout.
Yeah, after you watch the East guys for 3 weeks, sizing them up.
And I want to talk about that when to round out the show. I want to get you guys' like takes on going into the East Coast round.
Yeah.
But let's be real. We all know the East is going to mop up the floor with the West Coast.
Dude, there's so many good dudes.
But yeah, I mean, Smitty.
And yeah, just going right into the second guy, Deegan. All the bed bugs out there, man.
3, 2, 4.
Hey, man.
All the bed bugs out there.
If he gets a start, if he gets a fucking start,
bro, all week.
If he gets a start,
dude, you're loud, dog.
I'm actually surprised the Deegan video I put up this week didn't get as many views as I thought it was going
Shitty
to.
thumbnail.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
That thumbnail.
You just need to put his face on there every time.
I mean, dude, I thought
you tried doing that with the.
Yeah,
you tried those.
I did. They
didn't work.
Wasn't the color pop thumbnails work just fine.
Didn't pass the sniff test.
No, didn't pass the Smith test. But dude, Hayden Deegan, man, all the bed bugs out there are like, oh, dude, he's gonna mop everybody coming into this season. He's just gonna kill everyone. And that was the most mid-ride I've ever seen last night. He had the opportunity to gain points. He should have left with the red plate. And everybody's like, oh, he was the fastest guy. He was the most consistent. He still got second. But weren't we coming into the season where everybody was like, "Oh, there ain't anybody that's going to touch him. He's going to dominate."
After last week, he had it all figured out.
And the moment
he's just going to go on a run.
He sucked ass last night. I mean, he was good, but
he was fine.
He sucked ass for the standards and the pedestal that he's on.
Well, and if Davies would have had another lap, I think if he would have got Parker, Deegan wouldn't have got second. Like Davies would have had him in second the night. So
I mean, you go into that, you watch Juju tuck the front end twice. That's when you should be like,
you should have won.
It's fucking time. I got to pour the coals on.
And the rookie and the kid that beat you is not only your own teammate, but he's a rookie. Like, bro.
Like that ain't the Deegan that everybody was putting all high and mighty.
Which is crazy to think, because we all sat up on here, especially you and me, when we talked about before Deegan, because it was more Travis and me than it was you, because you weren't at these shows. But we talked about Deegan when he went pro, and all of us went out and we were like, dude, he's going to win a ton of Supercross titles. He might struggle in outdoors. And now all of a sudden we're finding out
he's an outdoor guy.
This is like a Ryan Villapoto situation on the 250. He might just sweep every time he rides outdoors on the 250. But, I mean, RV only ended up with one 250 Supercross title. And right now, I know we still got rounds, but, like, Deegan, it ain't looking too good. And I understand he's not super far out in the points, but it's like...
After last night and a couple of the other rides in the season, you need to pump the brakes on the I'll smoke jet talk.
Well, it's like, too, also with the start thing, though, I don't understand where the people, he gets to start. Dude, his starts last night were fine. He was, like, what, at worst, 6th on the first lap?
Yeah, he wasn't
do you want him to just
when Juju tucked it, he was third right there.
Yeah. Threw a bow in on him on that.
And then, that was the second tuck.
Yeah.
The first tuck, He definitely threw the clutch lever into the stroller.
But it's like, dude, what? Like, you talking about to get him start? Okay, so we just giving everything to him? Like, oh, he's gonna yank the start, get first off the line. He's gonna, dude. I'm sorry, getting a start is part of you as a rider. Like, it's not anybody else's
guess
fault.
What? Juju yanks a start, he's smoking.
Yeah, no shit. So it's like, what do you like? I can't. I hate when people talk. Oh, if you got to start, getting a start is on him. It's not on anybody else.
He's underwhelming this year.
He is underwhelming. And it's just because all the hype, the build up, and the pedestal that maybe not the media put him on, but the fan base put him on.
And that media machine though that he's got over there is doing the same damn thing.
Because that is one thing. Like it didn't necessarily, that video I put up this week didn't necessarily get the views, but
it got the comments.
It got the comments for sure. They were coming after me.
Well, do you like?
They came after me on X. I said something. I said he was very mid last night.
Yeah. Do you like the fact how too that he? I don't know who it would have been. I don't know if it would have been from Star, if it would have been Duffy, if it was him, if it was Brian. You like how they had to leak to the media though that, oh man, we tried start maps and he didn't like them. He didn't like the start maps. Like he wanted to go back.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's cool, man, that you all of a sudden, like you talked about last week. Oh, we hadn't heard it for 2 rounds, but all of a sudden it's the bike, and I was riding at 70%.
You like that?
But now you got a good start, and you had to leak it. Oh, well, we've been trying start maps.
That was my favorite. They came after me in the comments about so when Deegan says it's the bike, it's a lie, but when Jet says it's the bike, they've been saying it's the bike since October.
We didn't hear about it until San Diego, and here's the thing, or until A2. Here's the thing: if he would have won A2, we still wouldn't have heard about it.
No.
But he goes on and wins, so he can get you can get away with saying, oh, but yeah, the bike, because now you actually won.
Yeah.
So what is it going to be this week? Oh, it's back to the bike again? Mm-hmm. Dude, your bike, the shit looked fine.
Look, I sound like an old man too, but the beef he tried to start with Beaumare this week was pretty childish, I thought.
Yeah, but Beaumare fired back, dude. That hit that.
The Beaumare fired first.
Yeah,
Beaumare fired first.
That clip he put up.
and then the
he's
salty
just out there talking a bunch of crap. What?
Yeah.
Like who? Like I do.
I'm just like, dude,
we'll
this is awesome.
get to
with
this.
the Deftones song.
We'll get to this when we talk about the next guy. But like, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for that to start. That beef to start, because I'm telling you, those two don't like each other. After seeing what I don't. After seeing what I just told you, like what they noticed when they panned before the third moto with Cole, like those two aren't best buds. They may be cordial, but I'm waiting for the beef to start with his own teammate, and then we'll really see. Because we saw it with the Smitty thing, but that was different because Smitty tried to start shit and Deegan fired back, and Smitty did it again. But with him, with Davies, Davies isn't trying to start.
Let's just go to Davies. Davies is a fucking stud.
He is a monster.
You better
stud.
Like,
you talk about Juju, you better be worried about Davies.
Get the tissues out because we're glazing.
We are glazing. Yo, we're glazing
like a motherfucker.
Yo, buy some hairspray. We're fucking glazing.
Buy some SC1. Shout out Maxima for sponsoring this show. We are glazing.
They don't sponsor the show.
We are glazing the plastic. New bike in a can. Cole Davies.
Best,
dude,
most in control rookie I have seen in
probably since AC.
When he won the first one, I was like, okay, cool, Triple Crown. He can sprint for 10 minutes, no problem.
Steezy
when he won
too.
the second one,
Stylish.
I went, oh,
so in control.
Stylish, dude.
So in control.
So I don't think I've seen anybody come in like this maybe since AC.
No.
To be honest with you.
Even Jet's first year was.
Dude, I don't know if it's
it was rough.
Yeah, the style, dude.
Yeah,
he's steezy.
He is,
and I don't know if it's the number 100, but dipping the front end through the rhythm section and stuff
for a rookie. His whoop speed
is good.
It's insane,
is wild to me. Like, he is just so, and I don't know if it's because he's so young. I talk about the devil may care attitude. He's just kind of going with it. We used to talk about with Jet with this, but like this is even more next level to me because Jet, there was the pressure on him, all this with this kid kind of coming into the radar. He's out there riding like he's back in fucking New Zealand riding at Townley's track. Like he's just out on a Sunday cruise,
dude,
and whatever's going on behind him. Is there somebody behind me? Like I don't know. Am I by myself out here?
And he is low key getting better at the pressers too.
Yeah, it's still a little.
He's not as bad as he was,
but he didn't grow up in the spotlight though. So like, give him time. Give him next year. But like I do, even being a Juju fan, and I talked about it. I laughed after the first main. He was like, "Yeah, we figured out. Don't follow Juju." And
then the other part, he was like, "Yeah, I was just coming through. I looked at that jump, didn't want to hit it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna hit it and fucking hit that big ass jump."
And I was like, "Yeah, no." But what I loved about the Juju comment though, that was not planned. He literally just said it off the cuff, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Just think of it. There's nothing. There's no ill will behind it. He thought it was funny. He shouldn't have followed Juju, and he just said it. Like that's what that comment. I love it because it's like that's actually funny because that was not planned.
I'm excited for East Coast to start, but I am sad because we are not going to get any more Deegan stories for a few weeks now.
I'm sure something will cook up.
Yeah.
But dude, Davies though, man, like if we're
He's a monster, man.
He is a monster.
I've said this since the second round, because the first round I thought could have been a fluke, and then that second round came around, I was like, no, this is not a fluke.
And if he's for real at this
and
point.
if he doesn't,
Yeah.
and I honestly believe, I don't know if he would have won, but if he doesn't land on that fucking tough block,
Dude.
and he
think
just
he
makes it through that first
Yeah.
lap, there's a real possibility he runs those boys
Oh, I
down,
think
because
so, too.
he was clearing away just better
Yeah.
than every dude out there last night. Everybody, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, Beaumer did have the fastest lap in the last
He
race.
did,
So.
and also the when we talked about this, the wheeling over the wall, the huck.
Yeah, so let's.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, he's about the only one that was doing it. But even if you go back and watch like the so you don't have to go searching for it, but the highlights that we were just watching, they caught it a couple times. But that big jump where you were like the Kenny jump, or let's call it the Officer Hill jump across the start straight there.
Okay.
The cuffer.
Yeah.
The cuffer,
The
not the stuffer.
Yeah. So Davies was launching out into the flat in the start straight, and then the forks were just reloading or unloading, and it was just popping the front wheel up, and then he was just gassing it simultaneously and just kind of lofting the front wheel over it, wheeling over it like mad skill style.
Interesting.
And that's not.
And he's going right side where it was a little bit lower, a little more flat on that
And
side.
like that is very impressive to me from a physical standpoint, because that saves a lot of energy because the bike is working for him. He's not landing there and bulldogging it up
Where a
and
lot of
yanking his
rookies
arms
would.
up.
A lot of rookies would
He's
force
just
that.
landing there, just timing the clutch right, or probably not even using the clutch, just timing that gas right.
Yeah.
When that thing unloads, and just
A lot of rookies
cool
would
to watch.
A lot of rookies, you would see them already thinking about setting it up before they landed, and then they're just thinking about too much about it instead of just reacting to it. And you'd see a lot of guys try to lift it too early and lift it way too early, and then the front end would start to dip, and they'd probably hit the center of the face instead of clipping the top where they could absorb it. And they would probably end up either weeding shit or just losing a ton of time, because now you're just bouncing into the corner.
Well, the other
you
thing,
know.
I don't think a lot of people really understand how technical that is, because you go a little bit too far and miss it with the front end, you're Stu Daytona 2010
Dead.
over the bar.
Fucking dead.
Bad. Or, same thing, you're Villapoto in the GPs, you're looping out. If you set that thing down a little, like, it's gnarly.
Well,
That's
look,
some
I'll
cool
tell you what
shit.
they're going to tell us in the comments. I don't even think you guys watched the race. So,
Hey, the other thing that has been driving me nuts lately,
oh boy.
X has been popping off. I'm
Okay.
getting some good traction on there,
Good.
but everybody's like, or the Shimoda handguard. Did you see the comments on all that video?
Oh my goodness.
That is stupid.
I don't even know. Like, you guys apparently don't even ride.
Yeah, you guys are idiots.
Because I don't know what that shouldn't even bother you. Yeah,
It's a little
it
weird.
does.
It's a little weird. Just put the other
Fucking-
handguard on.
fucking
We're gonna get back
retards.
to that.
Just put the other
Fucking
handguard.
retards.
Just put the
We're
other
gonna get
handguard
back
on.
to
Hey,
that,
but before we move on too far, though, I got to give a little shout out to our guy Bones there, aka Isaac, out on the West Coast.
You didn't do the drop.
What?
You didn't do the Deegan Danger Zone drop.
I know, it's fine.
You
It's whatever.
suck, dude.
Just one of those nights.
That's a pro bono thing.
Okay.
It's one of those nights.
Yeah,
Isaac.
yeah, we're
Back to Isaac.
But back
Scooter
to
boy.
Isaac.
Scooter.
Challenging Deegan in the DMs to a scooter race for the red play.
And getting a response
And
back.
getting a response from Deegs.
Careful, Isaac. If you beat him, he'll call you out on social media.
Oh boy. And
guys
here
should set
come the
that up.
comments. What?
Block passing.
It'd be sick.
Get him on a drift.
I would be
one of those
sick.
drift boards with
Those
the
drift
Y.
boards, yeah.
Give him the Officer Hill.
Oh man.
Oh, we got to clip that. I
Holy
think that
crap.
that sticks. That
That'd be
needs to
sick.
stick.
We need to make Officer Hill shirts.
Officer Hill needs to
Oh,
stick.
when he's
dude.
trying to stuff, he's trying to stick.
Yeah, dude.
Stuffing and cuffing,
He,
baby.
he tried putting Tomac in that back seat.
He tried to stuff Tomac.
All right.
I gotta
Now
stop.
we move on here. Yeah, so Juju goes 4.72 for fourth.
Man, those forks were stiff.
And that was as he said in the weed show, he saved the night. Thank God it was a triple crown.
Thank God it was a Triple Crown. And
And then you want to hear a low key jab from Ian, the guy at KTM there.
Oh, Ian Harrison?
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear it.
His low key jab on the weed show was, he really just likes giving out gifts. So he was gifting some points to Deegan, and I went, oh shit.
Oh, that's good.
It was
That's
great.
good. That is
giving
When I
out-
heard
good.
giving
that,
out-
I was like,
Are we
wow.
just gonna get like a Hayden Deegan KTM beef too?
Oh, wow.
Dude, we're just beefing with everybody, bro.
I'm
Giving
okay
out
with it.
gifts.
Giving out gifts.
I love
That's
it.
what he was doing last night. He was
That is
giving out gifts.
awesome.
He was gifting
probably
points.
because he had that stinky pinky gear, dude.
That gear was the shit kid.
So
dude.
I've heard Neapolitan ice cream.
That definitely actually
Daniel,
tracks.
so if you hear
Fits.
Daniel Blair in the media, by the way, this week talking about two in the pink, one in the stink with the gear,
yeah.
he liked our post on X and then proceeded to use it as
Oh.
a phrase in another one of his posts.
How about the Daniel Blair J-Law beef?
I think that's manufactured beef.
You think so?
That's lab grown.
You want me to ask him?
I bet that's lab grown.
All right.
All right, Juju.
So Juju, man, shit
Just-
kit.
Salvage tonight though.
The stiff forks and front end tucking definitely was transferred over in the number 23
Transfer
from
power.
Chase
It
X.
was transfer power. You're on a
Transfer
250.
power.
I give you my fork issue.
So he should go see the same shaman. Maybe they could get a package deal.
Should do some ayahuasca while he's at it.
Yeah, him and anybody with a Pro Circuit Kawasaki, anybody affiliated with that team needs to go do ayahuasca. Like, because there's something going on over there, dude.
There's definitely issues.
Like, we can just touch on that now. Drew Adams breaking a collar.
Oh my God.
Like, come on.
Rough.
When does it end?
P5 when
never,
he does it too.
Never.
When
never
does it
gonna end? Never gonna end. And that crash, honestly, man, he hit it. He must have hit it dead center because it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Like, why is the universe getting PC?
I think they're trying to tell Mitch to stop having a team.
Hand it over to the factory side?
Dude, I don't know, bro, because I have never seen this bad of luck, and I'm scared we're going East Coast because we got 2 out of 3 dudes.
Somebody said McAdoo's hurt already, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
Well-
did hear a rumor that he went down this week.
His
Nope.
dick was.
Dragging in the dirt.
Just stuck
What
up.
a unit.
Gutter works.
What are you?
All right. Anything else about Juju?
No, man. I mean,
I mean,
Cole's right there.
that last main was good.
He was good. Salvaged
He
it.
was
Yeah,
salvaged.
he's-
and,
dude,
he's
dude,
fine.
Same thing I said for Deegan, though. You had the opportunity to make up a shitload of points
Yeah.
tonight, and you made the mistakes.
Yep.
So,
I do fully believe though that those guys have to watch. Like they need to start worrying about Davies because I understand
Oh,
Davies is the
yeah.
furthest back out of between Smitty, Deegan, and Juju. But he comes out in a Triple Crown and now he knows what to expect and he knows
He's
that
got
he was
starts,
better than
too.
those dudes and his starts are on fire. And then with the craziness of the East-West shootouts. Like, he might come out and he just might start swinging and be like, yo, hey, man, this is my title.
Arlington's East Coast, right?
Arlington,
I'm
no,
sorry,
Arlington's West.
West. Okay, so
If
we'll
he-
see those guys in 3 weeks.
Yeah, if he comes out and I'll say this, if he gets down to within 6 points, I'm scared. I'm
Yeah.
scared. If I'm on any one of those dudes, I'm scared.
Yep, it's an issue for sure. So, all right. Michael Motorcycle Mosman here.
He is alive.
5th place.
oh,
He does-
so you read my notes, Dick.
He is alive. He does.
643.
He does realize there is a universe around him.
Did you
He's
hear?
alive.
Did you?
He's
See,
alive.
He passed Deegan.
He's alive.
did.
And then he crashed.
and then crashed. and then I was like,
so
on brand.
he is alive. he crashed
That's on brand.
after he passed the guy he's not supposed to pass.
Did you guys? Have you guys heard he had a retirement party for
Yes.
himself? Yeah, last year when
No.
he broke his neck, or 2 years ago when he broke his neck.
You mean after the 1,000th time they said it?
Yeah,
In 2 weeks?
yeah, he
Hey,
had
did you know they had a retirement party?
He had apparently not everyone heard this.
Did you know he had a retirement party?
I don't know. I might go deaf when you quit yelling.
And
at me.
then the doctors were like, dude, once it heals, you can ride again. And he was like, oh, well, I guess I'll try that then. But yeah, he thought he was done.
Why is it?
This is the most on brand thing I've ever heard. Where did this come from?
And the weird,
They keep saying I'm
yeah,
wasting
and the weirdest thing is like, who was at the retirement party?
What's
Yeah.
the homeless guy there?
Who was at the
Was it
retirement
just-
party that didn't tell him, hey, when your neck heals, you're going to be able to
Was
ride?
it
The homeless guy.
Was it just his family, Josh and his wife? Like, who
I
was
don't
there?
know.
So that explains the neck brace.
Yeah. When he showed up to A1 in a neck brace, I was like,
That explains.
why
the
is
neck
Mosman
brace.
in a neck brace?
I haven't
He
seen one
wants
of
to
those
break
in
the
forever.
rest of his back and not just his neck next time.
Easy.
Easy. Don't put that on. Don't you put that juju on Michael.
Don't put that in the universe, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it on Jet last night. God.
What do you mean I put on Jet?
You put it in the group text. The only way they're going to be Jet is if he gets hurt. What are you doing? What are
You're
you going to
welcome.
do?
You're welcome. See, you gotta,
welcome.
You
What
gotta
a cock.
kill.
Look.
You gotta kill. You gotta kill
I
the
don't
fucking
care.
monster to beat him.
And I heard Brian Deegan say this. The truth. So Brian said, hey, like, if you're out there, like, hoping these guys get hurt, you're a fucking loser.
Oh.
And I stand by that.
Okay, well,
said that?
Like,
I'm not hoping anybody gets hurt.
Like, in the past,
Yeah.
we've always been like, yeah, just wait on it. McAdoo's gonna eat shit, and he's gonna get hurt. Just wait for it. And then there's other people that are out there like, oh, I hope he crashes and gives so and so the title, shit like that. I'm not on board with that.
Well, good thing we don't get paid to do this.
I was gonna say, number one,
I'm not on board with
the
that.
only way they beat him is if he crashes and gets hurt. This is a proven theory.
That's not a theory. That's just
Proven. Well, yeah, it's not even a theory. It's proven
That's
fact.
It's not proven fact either.
That's different. but
What title has he
there are
lost that he hasn't been hurt?
Look, what my
Who's
point.
beat him in a title?
Was he winning this title right now? No.
Who has beat him in a title
Ladies,
We don't have time.
when
for
he
this.
didn't get hurt?
We don't have time for this.
I don't have time.
That's
for,
right, because there's not an answer.
I
Because
don't
he
have
hasn't
time.
gotten beaten in a title that he,
He
hasn't
wasn't
been
win-
hurt.
Oh my God.
He
I don't
got
have time
beaten
for this
outright last year
circle.
because he got
Here,
hurt.
here he goes again. I'm
cut
not
him
even
off.
listening
Cut
to
him
him
off.
anymore.
Cut him off. When he gets like that, you got to cut him
It's
off.
a proven fact.
So,
Okay. Go ahead.
let's just move on to Garrett Marchbanks.
God.
Okay.
I got to be the mediator here.
Go ahead.
You're not even really, because I'm not even responding to him.
He doesn't want to respond because there isn't a response because he knows I'm right.
He wasn't winning the title.
Ladies,
He hasn't lost
Here
a
we go.
fucking title
I love it.
unless he gets hurt.
Here we go.
that is
God,
fact.
He is
that is
he is
fact.
so
That
easy.
is fact. Thank you.
Watch put out in the universe.
He hasn't lost a title unless he gets hurt. That's a fact.
Okay, back to my.
He got hurt in the last summer. Yes, he lost that title. He hasn't lost this title yet. He's just fucking
He lost
hurt.
the EMX 250 title and he didn't get
Oh
hurt.
my
you guys
God.
shut
Both
Both of you guys, shut
10
up.
years ago.
My point being, if
Anyway.
you're out there hoping that a rider gets hurt, you're a fucking loser.
I don't hope any of these guys get hurt.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are fucking gnarly.
I know what
Hayes.
it's. I know what it's like to get hurt.
Jacob
I
Hayes.
don't
Yep.
want any of them to get hurt.
Yep.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not sitting here going, yeah, that dude's probably going to crash because let's face it, it's just a fact of number one, what this is, which is dirt bike racing. Number two, watching these guys do shit. We see there's patterns here,
Yes,
right?
there's no
Michael
hoping.
Mosman on brand passes Deacon
And crashes, yes, but I don't hope he
thankfully he didn't
crashes.
get hurt.
Garrett Marchbanks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
About the same as the club bike.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I mean, we're
Probably should be on a 450 at
So
this point.
what was his injury? Because I was watching an interview with Drew Adams and
Stubbed his
Marchbanks
toe.
was like in the background, just like looked like he's fine.
Just stubbed his toe.
Like what'd they say, a shoulder maybe?
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. That's why he was off for like a week or two here.
I don't know, man. I was
Slam the refrigerator door too hard.
I was expecting better, but dude, get this guy on a 450. Done.
I don't think it fixes it because he can't get a start either.
Outdoor only 450.
Still top 10 guy.
Get a second tier 250 lifer guy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
the Marchbanks hype, in my opinion, is over. Like, there just hasn't been anything that's really shown me, like, yeah, he's going to be able to consistently yank a start and run up front.
I don't
Is
think
he
he's
fast
ever
enough-
yanked a start.
Is he fast enough to run up front? Yes, but he those starts are so fucking rare for him that,
Yeah, so he had a 5.10 and a 6.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Yep.
In a
which
depleted field.
probably, if you look, he probably got a shit start and came from like 15th. Every single one of those. Because that's pretty much his MO. So,
I think give Marchbanks another year and maybe give this next guy the ride. Somebody needs to pick this dude up.
Anthony
Tony
Bourdon,
Burden.
Pick up Anthony Bourdon.
I love when we call
seventh
him
with
Tony.
a 14.57.
Done right
Somebody
outdoors.
pick
though.
him up.
Done right outdoors though.
I don't care. SMX pays the bills.
Supercross only.
For just a 250 guy, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
Has he ridden any outdoors at all? What do you know about him?
No, he rode the French series and stuff. He's just not
He's
really
French.
that. He's just not. What is that supposed
So
to mean?
that means he's pretty fucking
No,
good on a
he,
motorcycle.
he said, what do you know about him? He's French.
Oh, I was like, I mean, he'd be.
So
he'd
that
be
means
fine.
he's pretty fucking good on
He'd
a bike.
He'd be good.
Yeah.
He'd be good.
History says.
He'd probably be like top 15, but like,
Well, that's what you. I don't look, man.
That means if you go to his local track, his local Supercross track, he would lap every single one of these guys. Because that's what I've heard these French guys do.
well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, that's what we do over here too.
You go to their local track, and they will.
I mean, have you ever
literally
been to a
lap
track with like Greg Durage or?
I mean, I could tell you that
or
back in the day-
Walker or
I can tell you
those
back in the
guys
day-
lap us and
I can-
they're fucking
No, but there was somebody
don't even make the cut.
There was somebody I was listening to. I think it was on one of the Gypsy, and they were talking about going to some random French track, and they brought out this guy who didn't even have a jersey, right? And this guy literally lapped him. And I can't remember who it was, but maybe was it
Didn't
Prado?
even have a jersey on.
Yeah, maybe it was Prado or something. Like it was like icy and stuff because it was like winter in France.
It
and
was
like,
Anthony Bourdon.
I
and
can tell you back in the day-
homeboy waxed him.
It was
he said.
Christophe Porcel.
Dude, back in the day, you could go up to Baja, and Eric Montrell probably would have got top 5 at a pro national if it would have been a Baja.
Yeah, Brad Smith too.
Oh, you just named my guy.
That's your guy,
So-
dude.
B. Smith is my guy.
All right, so
Corey
anyway,
Slavic, dude.
we're
Corey
on board on for a
Slavic.
long time.
Jared
Just came from-
Lorenz.
I just came from that side of the state.
Oh, did you?
I had a long conversation about the guys of the past from
I missed
that
those
side of
days.
the state.
All right, Cody Shock 989.
just
great.
solid, man.
Yeah, he's
just solid,
He's been in there.
Good.
I mean, this guy got third in the points last year.
which is still wild to me.
He weeded it in one of them. Which one did he weed it in? He went 989, didn't he?
I think it was the second main. No, it was the third main that he was like 12th or 13th. He was in a pack or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we talk
so.
about the irony of Parker Ross goes 7-11-11 for 9th, which is the same as what flip that page back real quick. Didn't Dylon do the same fucking thing?
No, 9.
He went 9-8-12.
Somebody went
Malcolm Stewart went 7-11-11.
Yeah,
For
that's
10th.
crazy that
For
there's
10th,
two dudes
though.
that went
For
7-11-11 though, isn't it?
Parker Ross is definitely getting a lot better.
Yes.
He went 7-11-11. He went 7-11-11.
He went
Dollar bill
18-18.
folded in half. Illuminati.
That was a good tie. That was a great way to tie that all together.
Yeah.
Good for Parker Ross, man.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
he's-
Parker Ross is definitely showing some stuff here, so
I
that's
mean,
cool.
he was kind of just there when he was doing the futures. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
call it SMX next.
I refuse.
I refuse. He was fine at the combines, but like I know he was putting in a lot of hard work during the off season. So I mean, you know, he's coming in with a lot of confidence. They're gonna go into outdoor testing, and I mean, he's good. Like because he wasn't really he didn't really start coming onto the scene till like late into his amateur career, so he hasn't had a lot of hype around him. So it's pretty cool to see him. And dude, his start's actually been not too bad. There's been a couple times he's been top 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he's just going to get better, and I don't think his ceiling is good enough to get top 5, but like this is good for him. So
All right, Shimoda 2165 for 10th. That first one, he just got caught up in that pile up, courtesy of Juju.
I don't really know what to do with Joe at this point. Like,
I think he was riding great despite the hand. I was pretty bummed to see
6'5", that's on brand
Despite
for
the
right
hand
now.
guard?
With the
he
hand.
landed straight on the hand.
yeah, just,
I saw that and I was like,
Hey man, hey, look! If he had another handguard on there, it wouldn't happen.
look, for all the idiots, it wasn't even just on Instagram. I go over to the TikTok and there were, I think the IQ was lower on TikTok.
Well, of
Usually
course it
is. Usually is.
Okay, well anyone that wants to go look,
Go to
But-
TikTok, forget a little
or
IQ.
whatever. They were like, everybody in there was like, well, obviously you idiots don't ride. Who cares if it's not symmetrical? Who cares? Oh, you guys are idiots. He's just blocking his broken hand. No shit, Sherlock.
Riders
The point is,
care.
you're a factory Honda motorcycle, and you have one handguard on the bike. It looks childish.
It does.
I think honestly, what they should do the next time, they should
budget.
Is it like a giant red flag for everybody? Hey, look at me. I have a broken hand, so I
should-
only have
Which
one.
Hey.
everybody hides everything, but
Hey.
we're gonna put one hand.
Hey,
We're going to hide it behind the handguard.
Hey,
Yeah.
next time if they really want to fuck with them, they'll put it on the other side.
Yeah. I don't
Oh, that'd be a plot twist for everyone.
It just comes out with the
Guys,
one on the right
the
side.
handguard went on the wrong side,
Whoops.
and it's upside down.
Lux Turner wins the LCQ, goes 8-14-12 for
Dude,
11.
he's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
He's kind of impressive
He was
for
not
what he's
happy to
got.
be in that LCQ.
No, he was not.
pissed.
TJ Albright, 11-12-14
wait,
for
about
12.
Lux Turner, we're going to say this again, just so you guys know. His sister, Lala, WMX champ. Just so you know, we've said that about 10 times on the broadcast.
Lux Turner?
Lux Turner's sister is Lala,
Okay.
Lachlan Turner.
Okay.
She's WMX champ.
That's cool.
What's funny is I don't actually think she won the WMX title this year.
Well, that's cool.
Nice.
Marshall
Just
Welton.
wanted to put that out there.
Marshall Welton must have got in on an alternate.
He got in on the Drew Adams.
Makes
He's
sense.
not bad either.
Yeah,
And he actually, he salvaged that night. Like,
17-13-13 for 13th.
he must have had a bad start in the LCQ, but I was watching him because he was like in the 450 class, and he was probably like, fuck me, dude. I'm just swimming with fucking concrete shoes on out here. Went to the 250
To be
class,
honest,
so-
though, I don't. If that was the plan, and maybe it was just for that race.
I'd say stay in the 250 class.
Well,
homie.
that's that. I honestly though would have, even though East is more stacked, I would have waited to go East, where like I can actually start accumulating some points. Because now
Yeah.
he's like so far out of it in the West.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Well, at this point, he's going to be riding 250 outdoors then. If
Yeah.
you're thinking SMX.
Marshall on a 250 outdoors. Savage.
Hunter Yoder, 13-9-21
Hunter
for 14th.
Yoder, do not. If Pro Circuit comes a calling, don't answer it.
Pro Circuit's not coming calling. He gets paid by that team.
I don't think money is an issue for Yoder's family.
Yeah, dude, have you ever been to Shipshawana?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Dylan Walsh, 15, 16, 15 for 15th. Josh Faries, 12.
Wait, where's...
Hang on, no, this guy just fucking, he's a hypocrite.
Oh.
He's a hypocrite.
Why?
He's like, I don't want to get into people's personal finances and stuff, and then he goes, yeah, I don't think Yoder's got a money problem. I think he's good. Same thing with Benny Bloss. Benny doesn't need to do this. He's got plenty of money, bro.
Was I wrong?
Hypocrite.
According to Benny, you were.
He's a hypocrite.
No, I wasn't. Steve, he was like, he's not wrong. Like, you could go work for your dad.
Hypocrite right
Hey,
here. What did he say 20 minutes ago?
Dylan Walsh, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Hey, why are you,
What?
Christchurch, New Zealand.
Well,
That's
on
where
here
Dylan
it's-
Walsh
on
is.
here it
Interesting
says-
way to change the subject there.
On here it says Wildemar, United Kingdom.
This says he's not from the United Kingdom. He's from New Zealand.
What's your say over there? This one says Christchurch, New Zealand.
Mine says Wildemar, United
I just
Kingdom.
said that.
I know. So,
Okay, let's finish this up.
that's some AMA shit.
Josh Faries is from Paris, California, and he went 12, 18, 16
Oh,
for
no, we're
16.
saying where they're from.
Derek Kelly's from Riverside, California.
He's not even Boise, Idaho.
And he went 22, 15,
Jet
10
Reynolds
for
is from
17.
Bakersfield, California.
Jet Reynolds from Bakersfield,
Hey,
California.
what happened? He had a good first one.
Where's
10,
two-time
20,
at, bro?
10, 20, 17, 18.
Just get through the season 2-time. He'll shine out.
Cole Thompson is...
Jesus,
He'll be good
This
out
show's
there.
so fucked.
He'll get out. He'll be
Dude,
good. Look, Jet Reynolds just needs to get through the season. Like, before this year even started, he never made it out of press day.
And then he's going to
No,
win
this is
outdoors.
true.
He's going to win outdoors.
I mean, that would be a hell of a transition.
Did he
but-
ride Supercross last year?
No, he got hurt on a Dragon's back the second year in a row.
Yeah, dude, press day got him.
He is
both
the reason
times.
why we don't have Dragon's back anymore. Can we go to Brad West, who is from Dingo, Australia?
No, mine says he's from Menifee, California.
Oh my God!
Are you serious?
He went 16, 19, 20 for 20.
Where's Gavin
What
Towers
time
from?
you got? You got or not time? Team.
What team?
You got Toyota
Well, they
Redlands
called
Barracks?
Derek Kelly
Brad
from AEO.
West, it just says Yamaha.
Where's
Shut up.
That's all it gives.
What
us
are you
the
looking
light.
at?
The Racer X.
Where's Derek Kelly? What team is he on? Where do they have him on?
Derek Kelly? They don't have a team.
Derek
Oh,
Kelly's
so
on
that's
Team
Yamaha.
Solitaire.
Yeah,
Heartbeat
which is
Hot
Yamaha.
Solid.
Where
yeah.
did they say Gavin Towers is from Pennsylvania?
Gavin Towers isn't in.
Yeah, Venetia.
I got Phoenix without an
Pennsylvania.
O in it.
I got Pittsburgh.
We got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania over here.
And then,
Bro, no one
all right.
knows where these guys
Hey,
are from.
I think this one's accurate though. Hey, hats off, Travis. Hats off to Bad Billy.
Billy Laninovich.
Billy
Nano
Laninovich.
Extreme
dude.
Athlete.
Yeah, he's
dude.
slathering that shit.
He
on
was-
21-19. Homie was rolling in that.
Dude,
Don't
I
even
bet
care.
Billy was slathering some Nano Extreme on last night.
He didn't even
No, this
care, bro.
morning.
He was on fire.
Dude, he was
With
good.
the Nano Extreme.
Love that guy.
What's it made me think of this movie. Oh, the longest yard quote where the guy's like, "Get your old ass in the end zone." And I was like, "Yeah, Billy, get your old ass in the main."
Although in that LCQ though, that 3 before the on-off, I don't know what he was doing there.
I don't know either.
He was three into the rhythm section. Before the rhythm section with the big over the wall, like he was 3ing in instead of going double on off.
Oh, whatever. I mean, dude, 41 years old.
Oh, dude.
Tip
In the
hat.
main, baby.
Tip the hat.
Hey,
And
bro.
I didn't realize how many podiums and stuff he has back in the day. I
Bro,
know he
those-
has a win in San Francisco, but
Yeah.
Those Sobe Samsung Honda days, he was something special.
he was pretty good.
Yeah, especially with the number 50.
I wouldn't say pretty good, really good.
Well, I led the points at one time.
Won a race.
Bro, let that long hair flow too. Just oof,
Dude,
savage.
he looks like a soul rider with his helmet on.
He probably surfs a lot.
I don't know, dude. He looks like somebody that just crosses his legs and sits in a cave in the mountains. And
I really
like a caveman.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I really thought for a second when you said crosses his legs, he was he sits when he pees.
What? Does a lot of yoga.
He sits when he pees.
Oh my goodness.
Why is this guy being weird, dude?
I don't know. He is out of control tonight. All right,
Billy Laninovich hates us now
that's been
because I just called him a monk. Like,
that's been your 250 race recap.
How do you know he's not?
Brought to you by our friends at Pro Flo Racing.
oh my god, that got nasty. at the end there.
Anything else that you two idiots want to talk about before we jump off here?
We were
250 East.
idiots there.
250 East.
Okay.
250s. All right,
Stacked.
let her rip. We got X segment as well.
Yeah.
Who's your podium?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Who's your underwhelming person, and who's going to
Did
do
you
better?
bring a list?
Do you want me to go through the list?
Pull one up, dude.
I can just tell you.
Is RJ
Okay,
healthy?
well, just answer your questions for us.
All right, so I got to stick with it since I glazed him up. I like how that's the word. Is I thought he was going to win the title because I don't know where Levi and RJ stand right now. I think Tom goes on and wins it.
Oh, I forget about Tom.
Yeah. I think Tom's going to win it.
Big
Defending
Air
champ.
Tom.
Yep. That's not the same person.
I don't know, man. Did we
Not
see?
the same person.
Probably win Daytona.
It all depends.
He did win Daytona last year.
It all depends on to me how he looks in the whoops because they don't seem to be breaking down this year.
Yep. So I think Tom wins. I think just because I don't know where, once again, I'll stand by this, don't know where Levi and RJ are. I think Pierce Brown gets second, and I think Levi gets third. I would really, really love to say Fortner's going to go out and win. But honestly, I think the best thing for him would be to not win
He needs to get
and
top
slow roll
I think
these
Pierce
first couple
Brown-
rounds.
I think Pierce Brown wins his first round.
I'd be all aboard it.
I think he does.
Yep.
I think he comes out on that star just slaying.
Yep,
Think?
looks good.
I think Team VRM is going to make its way into the East Coast.
Who?
Max Anstey.
Ooh.
Ooh, I mean,
That's
dude,
a
they
hot
got
take.
4 dudes on that team. Dax Bennick, Anstey, Brown, and Thrasher.
Does Dax Bennick
Dude, I mean,
bench?
Thrasher. Do we want to get on the Thrasher?
Bennick actually
Dude,
looks-
dude,
you
you
want
keep
right-
going. You keep going down this list of names. I'm going to be like, ooh, he can win. Ooh, he can win. Like, that's how stacked it
Thrasher's
is.
going to win Daytona.
I've never said Thrasher's going to win Daytona.
No. I'm saying that.
No, I mean,
Thrasher's
he
gonna
could.
win.
That
Thrasher's
would be
gonna win
like the
Daytona.
ultimate-
Do we have any new GP guys coming in?
No, not
Yeah,
this year.
Thrasher's going to win Daytona.
Not this year. Next year.
Okay.
That would be
man.
like the ultimate just tip of the cap for everything
He's going
Thrasher's
to win
done.
Daytona, whatever the next round is. He wants
Max
himself.
Anstey's
He's
going to
out.
win Daytona, dude.
It's going to be right
He was
there.
close.
103.
He was close.
Oh, damn, dude. All right, well, who's going to be underwhelming?
Ooh, yeah. Answer that one. Riddle
That's-
me that, Batman.
That Batman.
I got this. I got one in my mind.
Is this too easy? Is this kind of like kicking someone who was down? Max Voland. Is that
Oh, really? You think so? I
No,
actually think he's going
for
to be
the-
good.
I think for the cards that he's dealt with the handbrake and all that, I think anything's a win for him.
all right? Then I'll switch it up. Hymus. I think
Yeah,
Hymus
well,
is going to be
is he
underwhelming.
lining
well, hold on.
Yes.
Pause.
Forget about Hymus, too.
We don't even know if Hymus is riding because they asked Lars, and they are literally, this is a day-by-day decision right now because that knee
Jesus.
is still not fully
Wow, weird.
healed.
Didn't get it fixed, and it's still
Jet,
bad.
hopefully Jet doesn't go
Hopefully
to that.
Jet
knee
doesn't go
surgery.
that route.
Sounds like that knee
Dude,
surgeon didn't.
this knee's been having issues. I mean, let's face it, his
God,
knee has
all right.
been
Ah,
fucked
That's
up.
another feather in your cap there, brother.
Fuck yeah. So, dude, can we keep going on? All right, McAdoo. Oh, wait, we don't know if he's right or not because it sounds like he crashed.
I got my guy.
The East was super stacked. And
It
by the
went
time
down
we
to
get to
fucking
Saturday,
shitter
it's
real
gonna-
quick.
It's gonna be three dudes.
Thinning
All
out
right,
quick.
Derek Drake. I don't fucking know shit.
Derek Drake's gonna be my sneaky good guy, maybe.
Oh, see, my guy was going to be Romano.
Ooh,
Okay. Sneaky good Romano.
You're like, shit.
this shit's so deep, so deep. My underwhelming guy's Daxton Bennick.
Yeah, man. I mean, his videos of him in preseason at MTF, he looks fine. But the problem is that he's riding with Max, Pierce, and Thrasher doing all motos.
And usually the slowest
he's a-
guy starts in the back, right?
What's that? Yes, and he's
he's been
like,
in the back.
and he doesn't really make up any ground. He doesn't lose a ton, but he never really makes up ground.
Slowest guy starts in the back, or fast guy starts in the back?
Fast guy's been starting out front, at least in these ones.
Well, then you know what? Your thing about Pierce Brown is going to come correct because he's fucking starting out front in every one of those videos.
For one video I saw, Anstey was out front, and
Anstey's-
Pierce couldn't make up any time on
Anstey's
him.
whoop speed is way better than the rest of them. I don't know, dude. Okay, then I don't know because, like, as the underwhelming guy, it's hard because we don't know if half of these dudes are now even lining up. Apparently.
Is RJ healthy?
That's why I don't have him on the box because I don't know. If I was to say he's healthy, it'd be hard not
It's
to.
stacked, but
fucking
not really.
It's
kind of stacked.
The stack's wobbly.
And,
though.
and here's the thing: it's gonna go after the first round, and half of those dudes are not
like
gonna be
East Coast-
riding.
East Coast 250 Supercross is also known as a game of Jenga.
Just about to say that. Let's set up a Jenga thing. We'll put everybody's name on it. Then we'll start pulling out the guys that
Hey.
are butt kind of hurt.
Yeah.
We'll see where we get to.
All right, so before you guys get
Oh,
the podium,
Lord.
then yeah, that's not wrong because you think about the dudes. All right, so Pierce likes to crash, Nate likes to crash, Max likes to crash, my guy Seth likes to crash. Good old fucking unit over there, Max, who likes to crash.
Dude, I got a no
Jake's not
particular
there.
order. I got a Tom, Levi, Anstey podium.
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
I still think Pierce Brown wins. I don't know podium wise, but I think
He's
you
got
think
to
Tom-
wins.
Pierce Brown has to prove to me he can get a start in more than just an SMX Vegas.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I mean, he's coming off a high. So
he might actually.
last time we saw him, he won.
Well, he's had a few months to let that high blow out. So
And if Fortner wins, I'm gonna cry because then it's not what I want to see. I don't want to see Fortner.
want to see it.
you don't want to see him win?
No, man, I don't want to see him win because
is
you know what's going to
wrong
happen?
with you?
We're going to go to Detroit and he's going to crash. He needs to slow
Quit
roll.
putting that out there.
I don't even think I need to put that out there. I think it's just
Oh man,
out there.
I ain't down with that.
I
don't want to see it,
We're
dude.
not down with that sickness.
I want to see him go like 5-4 this first two
I would
rounds.
love that. I'd want to see a 5-4-3-2-1 out of Mr. Fortner.
That would be the weirdest start to a season ever.
I am a little bummed because it would have been a real cool storyline to see Fortner get Triumph's
yeah.
first win.
Yeah.
And Smith kind of shitting his popcorn there.
Damn it,
so.
Smith.
You mean? Oh, never mind.
Anyway,
I was gonna
Shitting his Cheerios.
I was really gonna shit on Travis's best friend, but then I thought better of it. Jalik. I was about to make a Jalik
yeah,
comment.
don't make fun of my fucking friend.
No, let's not go there.
Don't make fun of
because
my fucking friend.
That dude, they did do a documentary on him where he goes real deep into like his upbringing.
Did you just say they said a
And
Jalik?
No. I had somebody tell me this, but they did a documentary on his upbringing and stuff, and I guess it's pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So I think he needs to release that because a lot of people are kind of disrespecting him, us included.
He's my best friend,
You think they ever did a documentary on Nico Leokeda?
and I'm really
Dude.
waiting.
that guy.
I'm really hopeful he gets back for something this year.
Wow, that was very heartfelt.
I truly think he was the fastest guy on that team
I think
coming
so,
into
too.
the offseason.
I think so, too.
I think he was.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he's had the most time.
He had the most time on the bike. Like he's probably dialed.
Yep. So, all right. Anything else? Oh, X segment. We've got the Rev X segment.
Can you not do that?
Put them up? Put them up. Although this is terrible because now you know what we are. Triple X.
It all comes back to Brian Deegan.
It all comes back.
It all comes back to the ghost trap. Whoa, Kanye.
Ralph asked if this is my.
What the fuck am I looking at right now?
That is Kanye's wife's Grammy Awards outfit.
That's not real, though.
No, I don't want to see it.
That's not real, though.
I don't want to.
That's not real.
Get out of here. That's not real.
That's real.
That's
That's
not
not
real.
real.
That's
That is not real. That is a robot.
That's why Dave Portnoy said, "I hate Kanye so much."
Kanye is a robot.
We got distracted on X already.
This
right,
is
here
not
we
a
go.
Honda color
Hey.
scheme knife. This is. I just did it in the wrong colors
We've got
for somebody.
8 questions, boys.
All right, let's hear this. Roll it out. Rev
fucking
X segment.
Stuff it and puff it.
It's a pretty good
Stuff it,
bench
cuff
racing
it.
one from our guy Isaac.
'Kay.
Bone, Scooter Boy. Gonna smoke Deegan.
Red
If
flag.
Jack can't race, who's your title pick? I'm going Webb.
I'm going with Eli.
I'll be on the different part. I'll go Chase.
All right.
Oh man, that's tough.
Just trying to suck Eric off over there, aren't
Why
you?
is that where you automatically?
Man, I think it.
I'm
I don't even
texting
talk to Eric.
Text him and tell him that after this, and be
They'll
like,
be
Justin's trying to suck you off,
That's
picking
what-
Chase for the title.
I think it definitely comes down to Eli and Chase.
Did you just
Yeah.
talk your way out of your own pick?
Yeah, I was thinking. My heart says Webb.
Okay.
My heart
It's gonna
says
be,
Webb.
watch it be Kenny. Fucking Kenny finally wins the
finally
title.
Can you
That's why.
imagine Kenny just like
Winning this title.
we gonna-
dungeoning his way into a title?
That'd be
If
awesome.
Kenny, all right, let's make.
He
let's,
has to prove to me he can make it past Daytona and still be strong.
let's make a point right now. If it comes down to Salt Lake and
like
Kenny,
a blood pact?
no, I'm not.
Like we're going to the Coliseum.
If it comes down to where it looks like Kenny is going to win the Salt Lake round, we all got to get together and just. Well, I don't drink anymore. You guys
gotta
can
party.
We got to party
We got a party in his
and do
honor.
a show.
What kind of fun party do you think we're going to have if you're not drinking?
I'll be smoking weed.
Wow. Okay, all right.
Damn.
Justin's getting high as a motherfucker over here.
All right. Didn't see
It's
that
legal
coming.
in Michigan, by the way, people.
Yeah, calm down.
Everybody calm their tits in the comments. Go ahead.
That was not on my
Okay, so
bingo
we're
card
going to get
tonight.
fucked up on a live show.
If Kenny's at the table.
We got
Kenny's-
John Jay here.
John Jacob J.
Okay,
Langerfeld?
speaking of live shows, we're going off topic here.
Shocking.
I had a podcast idea called Whiskey Dick, and anytime somebody sends you like a sum of money, take a swig of whiskey. And then by the end of the show, it might get a little weird.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
There it is.
Send you money?
When do we? Yeah.
If you go live,
like
people
super
can
chat.
send you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or something. Yeah. When do you want to start it?
Dude, I would be on the floor after 2, you know? You think I'm off the walls now?
Because we could do that.
And I've seen Cole drunk. It's not pretty.
We could do this.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that night, the last time I saw you drunk. You want to go there?
Can we finish the X segment?
Do
Because
you
I
want
gotta
to go
fucking
there?
pee.
No, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can we finish the
See?
X segment? I got pee.
See? I got to pee too. We can pee together. John J. Do you think Jet is hurt bad enough to get surgery? Do you think Feld and all the teams dropped the vaccine? Whoa, a lot of different ones here.
Whoa.
What? Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
Where did we just go with
what?
Wow.
2020 back in full play.
Multi-parter here from John J.
Okay, let's take this one part at a time.
Do you think Jet is hurt bad enough to get surgery?
Not gonna speculate.
I won't speculate till we hear an
Because
MRI.
Kenny rocks and stuff to his knee.
Yeah,
off and-
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
thought it was
speculate.
destroyed
Also, watch
too.
Kenny go underneath the grandstands once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Do you think Feld and all the teams dropped the vaccine requirement?
Yes.
What?
By now, yes.
It's 2020. Never mind.
2025, yes, it's gone.
Do you think Coombs and his media lackeys should apologize for pushing them?
Who
What are
is
these questions?
sending these?
Why? Like
This
these
is
would,
John J, dude.
these-
He is TLR tinfoil hat.
These would have been better back in 2020.
Do I
and
think they should apologize? Look, we're just not going to make a comment on this.
like
okay?
we can't.
Okay,
We're not.
yeah.
We're not
I'm
on board with all
not.
that.
Ask me
we're
that
we're
off
trying
the
to
air.
get past
Sean, we're not doing it.
Ask me that off the air.
that. Do you think Deegan will be consistent enough to win a Supercross title?
No.
We got a normal one at the end there.
No.
I think he's gonna make it.
Ralph just sent $1. You got to take a swig of whiskey.
Is that what he said?
Let me go get you that.
All right. Where's it at?
You want some of this rum?
Oh, that's warm.
This is it's not that warm.
You want me to
Oh,
raw
it came out of your refrigerator.
No, the ground's cold.
So we got some rum. You want me to raw dog it?
Where's your Tirmaniana?
Huh?
Where's your Dwayne Johnson? What is it? Tirmaniana or
Oh
whatever?
no, I don't have that.
All right, boys. You never sniff it first.
Are you?
That's like $50 rum, by the way. So enjoy it.
If you throw up on me,
Wasn't that bad? What is wrong with you?
I haven't been drinking in a while, son.
I mean, say I got that Red Wings whiskey in there. Go get you that, or I can get you some 100 proof Captain. Take your pick,
Dude, I can feel the hair coming out of my chest.
He is not. He's calling into work tomorrow.
Yep, for sure. Okay,
Oh,
what
yeah,
else we
skipping
got?
that 10 a.m. Zoom.
Ralph says the $1. That says what? Drink.
He said one drink. You did it?
No, they sent another one that said drink.
Oh, another one. So we got $2.
No. He only said one. He only said one. You're
right.
fine. Just
All right,
continue
all
on.
right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
because one
Ralph.
more
That was
bitch to be
funny.
on his
Wow,
ass.
the X segment is off the rails.
Well,
It
we got to
is.
start talking about vaccine and
NL Mac, can we discuss what's going on with Jay Coop? I predicted he would take a step back this year and be 6-12, but he rode around at 13th last night. This is maybe where I saw the Officer Hill thing. 13th last night, getting bested by Officer Hill and battling Matt Careth. So NL Mac, I got to give you credit for Officer Hill, but I will trademark the cuffing and stuff, and that was all me.
So to answer his question, to be fair, Jay Cooper rode pretty damn good last weekend.
I mean,
And apparently,
I think this is his first round.
first round.
I will reiterate. Barsha qualified 18th.
Yeah.
Well, and apparently, and I don't know if you
The
guys.
top 15 are all monsters,
Dude,
Well, and apparently
And
Jay
then-
Coop's sector times last weekend were like
We're real good.
yeah.
insane consistently, which I don't look at that
I
shit.
think if he would have got through the whoops a lot better, like he would have been pretty.
AC,
Yeah.
should teach him.
NL Mac with another one coming in, and
heaters.
this one's
Spicy.
pretty interesting. And I haven't heard this yet or seen anything. Maybe it was on the broadcast and I missed it. Is it true that Tomac and Webb are not using launch control devices for the start?
Okay. we
I'm
can-
assuming ECU related. If so, could that
No,
explain the
okay.
inconsistent start?
Okay, no, we can talk about this. So launch control, aka their traction control or whatever, it's just a different start map or a different map, right? So you can program a start map. It's kind of like what all the bikes have now, right? They all claim to have launch control, which is basically just a different map that gives you more power on the start. Problem being is that if you use that, you have to remember as you go into that first corner, I got to hit this button to change off the start map because otherwise it rips out of your fucking hand.
No, because they've got it set up as soon as like the bike clicks third or whatever, where the map will automatically
But
kick
if
off.
you don't click third, then the map doesn't come off.
Maybe
But
it's RPM based.
it is correct. That is what I've heard last week also, is that yes, they do not use those. And from what I understand, that's not anything crazy. There's a lot of guys that don't use them.
Yeah.
A lot of guys. So, so no, that is correct. They don't use them, and there's a lot of guys that don't.
Nick Furman. In my opinion, the Triple Crowns have lost its hype. Should the Triple Crowns be worth double points, or you get 5 extra points if you win one of the main events in the Triple Crown? Nick, man, I got to
gotta
disagree
disagree.
with you a little bit, man, because
That was
last
crazy.
night delivered.
I don't think they've lost their hype, but I do agree that they're not double points. I'm not with that. But when they are calling it a series in a series, let's make the series worth something for the 450 guys.
Okay.
Let's make it worth Or if you want to do a series for both of them, right? A series within a series for both of them, then you got to put it at the East-West shootouts.
Okay.
You got Triple Crown East-West shootouts. 3 of them.
Triple Crown East-West shootout.
Hey man, if you really wanted to make it saucy, and they would never do this, if you really want to bring like more hype to the Triple Crowns,
Super Bowl.
I mean, I
I
think Super Bowl should be around all the time. It should be the way to open the night show, just like they do in France.
Yep,
but
100%.
And this is just me kind of joking around. It was a thought I had a long time ago, but they'll never do it. You want to make Triple Crown super saucy? Every moto is a full number of points.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
Yeah, well, you know what? Step up.
I understand.
Nut up or shut
Stuff it
up.
off.
I think it should be
Officer Hill's
little
coming for you.
series within a series. I think if you want to keep the luster of it, you put up some money behind it.
It's different, dude. And for the dude, he's gonna come out swinging at Tampa. He's gonna get a third. Be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done.
Man, NL Mac, thank you so much for
Officer Hill.
I don't know why nobody's talking.
Cracking down on crack.
All right, what else you got?
Chris Ashe? Deegan being the second best star racing rider on the West Coast.
Right now. Saucy.
Truth.
As of right now?
Facts.
Truth
Points
bombs.
don't say so, but I think it's dead even after this week.
Somebody made a comment in your video. They were talking about that, and they were like, yeah, so, it's only 2 motos, but yeah, let's just not even think about the first 3 rounds. I'm sorry. The way this kind of goes is you go week to week, and what did you do for me lately? And last night said, Davies had Deegan covered.
100%.
Like, whether it's right or wrong, and I've been on the other side of this where I think it's stupid to do that, but that's not how we do it in this industry. We go race to race. It's kind of like when a new points leader takes over if a guy crashes. Well, he's the new points leader. Well, are we just going to forget about what happened the rounds before? Last night, Davies was faster than Deegan, so that's why we're saying this.
Yep.
Zachary Ruth, and I already read this, and I agree with him. Let's say Deegan wins this title, but based on consistency, an A2 ends up his only win. I think failure is a way too strong of a word, but you could say it's very underwhelming title.
I would agree.
Almost a letdown year still with how everyone thought he would just dominate. Yeah, 100% agree. I've been preaching this and screaming it.
I agree, but then if he goes and dominates outdoors and dominates SMX, then no one will remember, and they'll just be like, it was such a dominant year for him.
Yeah.
So,
well, when you come in with a media hype machine and you have the bedbug fans behind it, and you come in talking all that shit, you need to back it up.
Yep.
And
then
outdoors,
you win 1 race out of 4, and then you start talking all that shit.
Yeah.
and outdoors and SMX, look, bro, the last 2 years, he has backed up that shit talk, but Supercross, it has not worked. And, with whether I agree with it or not, in this sport, Supercross is king.
Jury is still out on Supercross right now.
Which is a really weird thing to think about, being this is going into his 3rd season in Supercross, and he is. So yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yep.
Roscoe P. Coltrane. No, I'm just kidding. Roscoe. Is Rhino still working with Fortner?
No, he moved out of California.
Yeah, he got the fuck out of California.
Good for him.
But
God,
and I think that's great for him mentally. Out at the dirt track watching sprint cars, he's back to the roots, boy.
Well, he's a fucking Missouri boy. He's a hillbilly. He's a country boy.
He's a hillbilly deep down.
Yeah,
we all are.
Sure.
We all ride dirt bikes. But
we all play in the dirt.
I think he's working with Mike Brown a little bit too. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, the Triumph. Yeah, and that's good. I mean, Brownie's a good dude to learn from.
Yep.
On all aspects of it.
Yeah. So Fortner's been surrounded by a lot of great people through his career. So let's see how he pieces it together.
100%.
God, I hope this is the year. As much as I'd like to see Tom go back to back, I really want Fortner to win a title. I want Fortner to win a Supercross title.
Listen, you're going a little too far for me.
I want him to win a title, man.
I would love for him to win a title, but I want the man to just get through a season.
I just want him to be healthy. I'm just saying that, the crazy of the story would be him winning a title, going to outdoors healthy, SMX, 450.
Yep.
Get off the 250s, man.
Well,
Yep.
He listened, or maybe not listened to us, but got off the green bike.
Yeah.
Got to change the scenery.
I think he's going to be good, dude. I really do. If we make it through the second round healthy,
I saw a video of him just carving some turns up.
Dude, his corner speed is. You talk about the test track down there, wherever the hell they're at these days. Yeah,
that video. Yeah,
whoop speed looks good. He looks good, man. He looks good.
Yeah,
that's only one liner on that track, though. Mm-hmm. Get me to a track with 8 lines across the.
Hey, man, he was good.
We'll see.
He was good.
We're gonna find out this week. So, all right, that has been show 292. I want to thank y'all for joining. Thanks, Ralph, for donating that $1, making cold drink. Thanks to all our members who have been watching here.
Hey, Kenny's in the title at the last round. We're all getting fucked fucked up.
Live.
Live. And you thought we said stupid shit now?
Wait. Yeah, so thanks again. Thanks to everybody who's watched member-wise here. Thank you to everyone who's watched on the replay here. Make sure to check out the sponsors. Again, if you want to try NANO XTREME for free, make sure to drop us an email with your address and we will get that forwarded and get you a free sample of that. Thanks to Rev X Products for presenting the show and making things possible here for us. And make sure to check out their Max Power engine additive there for all your dirt bike needs. Also, thanks to Worx, thanks to Holster Co., thanks to Flo Racing, thanks to TLR Coatings, thanks to Isaac Nelson Designs, thanks to you boys for coming in.
I won't be here next week for the show.
Oh, fuck you.
Why?
Super Bowl.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to get a guest, too. Everybody's going to be watching the Super Bowl.
Are you coming next week?
Did you watch the Super Bowl last year?
I guess I'll come. We can put it on that TV.
Yeah, we can put the game on. We can put the game on?
Well, it depends on... Yeah.
What's the game on? What is it on, though?
Fox.
Let's just watch it here.
No.
Why?
I don't... It's like with Moto, dude.
You going to a party?
Possibly.
I might be going to a party, too, so I don't know.
I love how he set that whole thing up, and then he's like...
So do we need to do the show Monday, then?
I'm down with a Monday show. I think we could turn around and edit it quick if we're not idiots.
I mean, yeah, I'll definitely have things more ironed out than they were this week here, so... Monday would be fine. So, all right, cool. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, so members, too, also probably Monday next week, but we'll figure that out this week. So anyway, thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
See you.
Thanks for tuning into the Moto Aftermath Show. If you guys like the show, make sure to give us a thumbs up there with that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss a show update, a live show, or anything that we're doing here, because when we find out news, we will be on here bringing you our thoughts with it. Also, if you guys want to help support the show, join our members area. You'll get member exclusives, including live shows. You get to watch the show being recorded live, and you'll get all sorts of other member benefits. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Join the members area, subscribe. We'll see you all on the next one.